Hello, it's me, the Pertakius from Oggington, your gracious host. Probably gracious, I don't know. Maybe I'll be ungracious for a while. What do you think of that? I don't know. Anyway, last night we had two of our bosses show up at game night, which was stressful. We dealt with it by simply never speaking to them, which wishes were an option in the real world. And tonight we're returning to Henchman's story, which has been fun so far. I'm just getting my posts up on social media. Yep, those are all up. Good. Nice. And from here on, we have about 3:45. Yeah, 3 minutes, 45 seconds. Before we get started on Henchman's story again. So far, it's been pretty good. So far, we have, really made progress, I suppose? I don't know. Hello, Jaffa. Hope you're well, hope things are good, etc. I'm awake, really. Ignore that gigantic yawn, which you may or may not have heard. It was an optical illusion, produced via sound. But yeah, we've been playing Henchman's story for a few hours now, and we've made some progress. We've gotten a good ways in. And I think we will probably, I don't know, finish it in the next couple of days. Except, of course, the next couple of days are going to be for Back to the Future. But when we come back to it, after we're done, we'll finish it in the next couple days. Working on Squeakross puzzles. Oh yeah, the mouse P-Cross thing. That involves an unfortunate amount of numbers. I will probably never play that. But I'm glad it's enjoyable. That's the thing about P-Cross, is that it involves a lot of numbers. I've never understood if it's P-Cross or Pi-Cross. Probably P-Cross if Squeakross is a pun on it. Yeah, like numbers, that's unfortunate, but I understand. We can't always choose what we enjoy. Hello, Silver. This track is just hitting things with a hammer. Just really wailing on a tin drum. But yeah, got some good games lined up next, or after we're done Henchman's story. Hopefully. Got a lot of, hopefully we have some momentum left in Henchman's story. I've been wondering if we will do multiple endings, and I'm not sure if we will pursue those. I think what I may do is add this back into the heap to come back to and do, like, a different route someday. Because there's so much to do, you know? And I don't feel compelled, unless the ending we get is very, very mediocre, I don't feel compelled to go right back in and try to get a different one. But let's put you folks down here, next to the ears. Let's, close out the music, and let's pick up with Henchman's story. Not exactly a Penny Larceny Unlocked a True Ending vibe. Yeah, there are games for which I will go back and do multiple endings, like Hatful Boyfriend, if I ever end up playing that. But I'm not sure I'm compelled to do all 11 endings or whatever in this one right now. We'll get to some more of it at some point. Oh, there's extras now. What is this? We can see yeah, we can see the CGs that we've unlocked. That's nice. Did all the endings of Hatful. That's good. I have never played it. Someday I will. I will probably put the chat in, like, spoiler lockdown mode when I do. Alright, we're up to issue 6. I barely remember collapsing into my bed when I finally got back to my room. I'm pretty sure I fell asleep as soon as I made contact with the sheets. The game turned out to be surprisingly fun, but it was a lot more work than usual. Especially with not one, but 2 supervillains at the table. Both my brains and my emotions are fried. It leads to some weird dreams. By the time my phone wakes me up, Dream Me is running through a shopping mall in the nude, dodging laser blasts from a pack of giant anthropomorphic dice. Cool. That's cool. I like that. It's enough to make me almost glad for the interruption, at least until I look at the time. My bedside clock reads 6:10. Definitely not an alarm. At least not one I set. Is someone calling me? I fumble for my phone and peer at the screen as I rub the sleep from my eyes. It's Kate. Begrudgingly, I swipe to the right and hold the phone to my ear.
Kate?
Kate, what the
hell are you doing up?
Oh.
I didn't think that Scarlet Ravenblood was a morning person.
This audible to you folk? Because, it's very quiet for me, actually. Unusually so. Little volume adjustment on my end.
Yeah, well, even Scarlet would drag her morose butt up for this.
Yep, got it. Good. I had the volume set a little lower than usual.
Listen, I've got something important to show you. I know we only met a couple days ago, but...
Ooh, something important.
It feels like we've been on the same wavelength since the start, you know? Like, we already know each other. Ugh, it's not like someone who says they're only looking for Libras in their kindling profile. Ignore that. I'm not talking about some cosmic connection. I just like you, Stan. And I think you like me.
Interesting.
So there's something I need to tell you before I lose my chance, and I need to do it in person. It's just one of those things you shouldn't do over the phone. Meet me at the door you showed me. Number 1385. Come alone.
Hey, slow down. My brain's still in boot up mode. Let me just tell Dave where I'm going.
No, I mean, look, please don't tell anyone, okay? I'm serious.
Okay, this is where she's gonna come out to us. Hello, Ernest.
I was joking. Jeez, sorry. You sure you're all right?
Yeah, I'm fine. Just hurry, okay? It's really important.
None of these are what I want to be saying right now, but...
So you've said, but important how?
It's hard to explain. I need to show you. Just, please, trust me right now. That's all I'm asking.
All right, but can I get a dash of context? A pinch, even? Kate? Hello? Shit.
Yep, we have been hung up on. Normally I'd blame the cave walls for messing with the Wi-Fi. But with all the talk of hurrying, I have a feeling she just hung up. Where did that come from? Yeah, we began getting along well, but that was a weird vibe for a 6 a.m. phone call. Not even a text like a sane person. She had to call and wake me up. Combined with how closely she's been following me around, very weird vibe. If it were the middle of the night, this would feel like the perfect stage for either a heartfelt confession or a heart-rending murderer if my life feels like changing genres. But at 6 a.m. could be anything. Still, if Kate says it's important, that's good enough for me. I take a moment to rub my eyes and stretch before rolling out of bed. I'm so tired the first few steps are wobbly. so I slapped myself a little to jumpstart my system.
Come on, man. Get it into gear.
Snatch my uniform from the floor and give it a tentative sniff. A little ripe, not too bad. Apparently I need to hurry, so it'll have to do. No time for my usual morning routine either. So in lieu of my toothbrush, I rummage through my nightstand for an old tin of mints. Expired 8 months ago. Probably still fine. Chewing on my vaguely mint-flavored chalk, and still zipping up my uniform, I hurry out the door. I walk through the halls at a brisk pace, completely unimpeded by traffic. The place is practically empty at this time of day, though I'd at least expected to find 1 or 2 diehards strolling the halls with gusto. The research wing is the same. I don't encounter a single guard on my way here. Surely someone was meant to have this shift. This couldn't have anything to do with why Kate called me, right? Finally, I reach my hall, my familiar lonely hall, home to my equally lonely door, number 1385, right where I left it. Except this morning my door isn't so lonely. Kate is keeping it company, leaning against the adjacent wall. She quickly spots my approach and gives me a wave, though it lacks some of her usual enthusiasm. I return the gesture.
Hey, thanks for coming.
Alright. Let's see if she's gonna make a big deal out of this or what.
No problem. After all, you said it was important. Several times.
Sorry, I had to be sure. I know I might have sounded like a crazy person, but I'm not. You know that, right?
Yeah, definitely. I'm here, aren't I? So what did you need to tell me? Have you decided to quit the henchman business and start brooding full-time? If so, I completely support you. Clearly, you brood like a pro.
Kitty Hawk's pro brooder? You gotta do, like, brooding... I guess doing brooding tricks is, like, kind of antithetical to the point of brooding.
No, bigger than that. Way bigger. I'm actually not sure you'll believe me. So first, I want to show you something. You know this door that you've never opened? Well, we're going to open it.
You're gonna stab me in there, aren't you?
What? No! Why would you think that?
Well, you have been following me around a lot. You definitely went out of your way to meet me when we were headed to game night. Don't think I didn't notice.
Okay, yeah, that's a little suspect. Fine, I admit it. I've been following you around a little, but not to stab you. I mean, what the hell, man?
The delivery in... The vocal delivery in this game is genuinely so good. I have to say that. Like, she genuinely sounds put off by the idea of, ganking me in a dark room.
When it comes to potential stabbings, it never hurts to double check.
That another official piece of veteran wisdom?
As official as it gets.
Right. Well, we're not getting through this door all that officially, so you may want to stand back.
Hesitantly, I take a few steps back from the door. She's not gonna blow it, is she? No, Kate's not touching the door at all. Instead, her attention's on the keypad, which she's already cracking open.
Moment of truth.
Kate reaches into her belt and pulls out a small white and blue device, which she plugs into the keypad. After a few moments of fidgeting, it lets out a friendly beep and the door slides open with a groan.
After you. Figure you should see it first, considering how many hours of your life you've spent standing right next to it.
Wow, polite and pessimistic. This is why we get along. All right, let's see what Lord Bedlam's been hiding. Maybe this is where he stashed all that dog food.
Alright, interesting. I take a deep breath and step inside. Well, holy shit, this was a lot bigger than I expected, and what the hell is that? That monolith of a machine can't possibly be a computer, can it? It looks like... Judging by the tubes of fluid nearby, I would say it's either a cloning device or a weather control device. That's my guess. But I don't see what else it could be. There are no visible pipes or mechanisms, just wires. And it looks like it houses circuitry. Getting some serious, I can't let you do that vibes from this thing.
This has been here the whole time? I come in peace. Hopefully not evil AI person. Please don't sick any robots on me.
Ooh, AI device would have been, guess, 5 or 6, I think. Teleporter. Yeah, there's a lot of things I would have guessed first.
I'm sorry, it is too late, Stan. Now I must turn you into a cyborg and enslave your mind. Don't worry, we're still about 3 decades away from any serious threat of an uprising, and there's a good chance the robots get too distracted by social media to actually overthrow the government.
You said that very definitively.
So this huge housing and all the circuitry inside it are gonna be dedicated to posting GIFs? At that size, I bet it could just make a few thousand of them as easily as searching for one.
You know, this was written in 2021, and it kind of hits differently today. Especially that line about getting too distracted by social media to overthrow the government. Yeah, that one rings weird now.
Oh no, by then we'll be living in a post-gift society. It'll be holograms or astral projections or whatever.
Right, but will we still have statements punctuated by clapping emojis? I feel like all those full stops would be super appealing to a robot.
Humans are an inferior life form, period. But tragically, I could never make any 15-second dancing videos. Alas, I have no legs, and I must meme.
I'm glad that we're getting right to the serious business.
Oh god, we need more sleep.
So much more sleep.
But seriously, robot uprising aside, is this why you were so curious about the door on our tour? Did you know this was in here?
Sort of. I knew something like this was in here, but not this exactly. I didn't think they had enough time to set a unit like this up, but Scorpion and Bedlam must have been working together for longer than anyone thought.
So this machine is Scorpion's? I guess that makes sense. Lord Bedlam isn't exactly at the cutting edge when it comes to technology. But what did she put it here for?
Yeah, and where are the alarms or hidden cameras that are documenting this conversation?
And that's where things get complicated. Think, what do you know about Madame Scorpion, outside of the whole assassin thing? What are her skills, her interests? She was Bedlam's partner on that job Wednesday, right? She showed up personally for it, even intervened. And what was she after?
Data. Not really sure what kind, but it was a private tech company. No weapons, no financials. I never really figured out anything more specific than that.
And her business, the Scorpion Group. They've got this new Henchman app, right? Others too. And how do apps identify, recruit, and monetize users? Data.
Right, okay. It's interesting that we had to go and physically steal the data. Or data.
The private kind that companies aren't technically supposed to keep, but always do.
Okay, I follow you. But is that really all this is about? An app for hiring meat shields?
No, not just that. They've got a lot of things in development. But more than that, think about her for a second.
Yeah, she's really into creepy levels of control and analysis. And she seems to remember everything she reads. A totally not Google spyware system. That is very possible. But it's possible also that this is just where they host all the data they stole from other people's not Google spyware systems.
Remember last night? She'd never played SNS before, right? She barely seemed to understand what it was at first, but within minutes she was playing like she knew every rulebook by heart.
Yep, she analyzes things.
Yeah, it even seemed like she could predict the campaign I was running. How could she have known to stab that guy in the first town?
Exactly, she couldn't have, unless she was gathering and analyzing data about it in real time.
Oh my god, Madame Scorpion's a robot. I thought you said we had 3 decades.
No, she's just, like, really smart. I don't think she's actually a fucking android. Not with Damon instead of Cat. Yeah, there's a lot going on. If you haven't been following along. Too bad.
What? No, she's human. She just has powers that let her brain work like a robot's. Sort of. It doesn't officially have a name, because she's the only known case, and she's not exactly forthcoming on the details. I like to call it cerebral super processing.
CSP?
On a basic level, she appears to absorb and process data subconsciously way beyond the rate of a normal human. However, it's expanded to a variety of physical and mental abilities.
Right, so that's how she was able to learn everything there is to know about SNS while sitting at the game table. She must have some kind of superhuman Wi-Fi, too.
understand it better. That Wi-Fi and her enhanced physique could come from nanotech that rides off of her power's coattails, or a completely organic evolution of her baseline abilities. It's like I've been telling you, she's uniquely dangerous, and since you've been caught in her gravity, well, I figured you ought to know.
Appreciate it. I don't know if I'll be able to put it to use, but at least I know a little more about what all this has been for.
Do you really? Okay. I mean, yeah. Gather data, analyze data, become better. That's a supervillain thing. And also how gym bros work, I think.
No problem. Like I said, you deserve to know at least that much. You might work for a supervillain, but the difference between someone like Lord Bedlam and Madame Scorpion is vast. You're way out of your league.
Yeah, if she decides to kill the entire organization, there's not much we can do about it. Very comforting thought, thank you.
Kate, I'm always out of my league. That's part of the job. But why the steroidal server over there? Isn't all that information in her head?
I'm not sure. Maybe it's meant to augment her power, or cycle new sets of data in and out. Whatever it's for, she must think it's important. She's invested a ton in it.
Her and Bedlam both, it looks like. Or at least he paid for the paint job.
Again, is there a silent alarm in this room or any kind of cameras? Because we've been standing here talking about this a long time.
If that. As far as I can tell, your boss has basically turned into a supervillain shell company for the Scorpion Group. So he might have picked the paint, but paid for it? Doubt it.
Good point. I don't think that dog food heist paid enough for a liter of soda, much less 20 gallons of paint. But hey, why don't we go find ourselves some index cards and string so we can set up a conspiracy board somewhere other than the secret supercomputer room, okay?
Yeah, that's a great idea, actually. I like that.
Not that I don't appreciate the glimpse behind the curtain, but something tells me that if Scorpion finds us here, then it'll be the last thing we glimpse. Come on.
I turned toward the exit, motioning for Kate to follow.
Stan, wait.
Wait for what? Now you know I hate to pull rank, but listen to the vet on this one, okay? There are times to wait and talk things through, but this is not one of them.
I keep moving, and Kate still doesn't follow.
I mean it. Stop. There's something else.
And I mean it, Kate. I appreciate you calling me up here and showing me this. Really, I do. But I can't get caught in here, all right? You told me the big important thing you wanted to tell me, so now let's go.
Once more, I turn to leave.
That's the thing, Stan. There was one more thing that I needed to tell you.
Yeah, I thought so. Smoke rises from the scorch mark in front of my feet, stopping me dead in my tracks. Mouth agape, I turn toward Kate to find her training a weapon at me.
Kate?
That's not my name.
I blink, dumbfounded, and glance at the weapon, blue and white. Just like the thing she used to open the door, and just like...
Shining Nova.
I'm glad we've put two and two together officially.
There you go. Knew you'd recognize me eventually. Just had to jog your memory a little.
No way, there's just no way. This whole time, I thought I'd just been making friends with some cool new coworker, not a world-famous superhero. Not just making friends, I've been flirting with a world-famous superhero. How'd I miss it? Were there signs? Maybe.
Sorry. Elephant tranquilizers tend to make things a little hazy. But your memory didn't need any jogging, did it? No, you recognized me from the moment you got here. That's why you went right up to me during orientation. That's why you've been following me around. It's also why you made such a grim, edgy character in SNS, wasn't it? You were overcompensating. And that's why... Are you telling me you left your name tag on so you could remember your fake name? Seriously?
Hey, it's tough to keep everything straight when you're going undercover. There's nothing wrong with a cheat sheet.
It's one syllable. You work at the absolute cutting edge of robotics, and you can't remember Kate?
It's just, I have a lot of names to keep straight, okay? Anyway, I was going to answer 3 questions as an apology for being dishonest with you, but I'm counting that as the first one. So now, you only get 2.
Okay, that's fine. I mean, we only need 2 questions to... Actually, I don't know what our goal would be with those.
I don't think that's gonna cover everything.
You'll make do. Oh, come on. Fire away.
Isn't telling me this dangerous is a good lead.
Isn't it dangerous to tell me all this? I could blow your cover.
I'm past that stage, but honestly, I trust you more than anyone else in this place.
Just to get my number. That would be that's a good one, but I want to follow up with that.
A low bar, considering your profession.
Maybe, but it still counts for something. You're capable of doing the right thing, Stan. I can tell.
Maybe I'm capable of taking you down.
Taking me?
Okay, it's not that funny.
But isn't it though?
I got pretty close before, didn't I?
It was one shot, Stan. I mean, I was impressed that you even managed that, but it was one shot.
Admit it, it was neck and neck. A real buzzer beater.
Nah, if we're using sports analogies, it was like you made a layup and then I dunked all over your face 100 times. But you tried your best, so you get orange slices at halftime and a participation trophy at the end of the game.
I've never had a trophy before.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I'll put it in my trophy case next to my Hero Weekly cover issue.
Wait, you were the guy getting clobbered by Captain Commodore? Holy shit.
Isn't it Captain Commander?
Honestly, no one knows.
Wow, even the hero community doesn't respect that guy.
All right, I'm counting that as one question. You get one more. Make it count.
Can we grab a drink instead?
Can't we just grab a drink and forget this? Come on, forget about the secret supercomputer. Keep the name tag on for a little longer, and let's deal with all this later.
You know I can't.
But you want to, right?
I didn't say.
Suddenly, alarms. I was waiting for that. Echoing through the lair of stone halls, and lights begin to flash, cutting off Kate, or rather, shining Nova, before she can finish her thought. I'm gonna make a save here, real quick. We're gonna replace this file. And I do want to rewind.
But look,
Anyway,
it's all
that's not.
shining.
There you go.
I do want to rewind a little bit and see what the get your number line leads to.
Hey, it's one's. It's just anyway.
Yep,
I don't think
yep,
that's
okay.
You know what I do?
I want to see what this leads to.
If you were that into me, why not just ask for my number? Could have saved us both a lot of hassle, don't you think?
Don't flatter yourself. I'm here for Scorpion.
Really? Like, I can see the appeal, obviously. But you two don't strike me as Romeo and Juliet.
What? No, I'm here to take her down. The point is, you're not the primary target.
But I am a target.
Let's not get carried away. You're an optional objective. Third, maybe fourth priority.
I'll take it. So, does this mean I can actually get your number? Your real one, I mean.
I don't have a real number, not a permanent one, anyway. I use burner phones and disposable chat accounts.
Yikes, no dating apps then? You're missing out.
On what exactly? Dynamo tried to sell me on them once, and she didn't make a great case.
A lot of corny jokes about your name and dudes who love to travel that are looking for a partner in crime.
So the latter would be disappointed, and the former would, what, make a bunch of star puns?
No, way worse. More like, wow, I never thought I'd find a girl this cute on here. Normally, I'd ask you to be my partner in crime, but how about you arrest me instead?
Yeah, I'm less struck by this
Then they
branch.
post a kissy face emoji, or the one with the tongue out, and you get the idea.
Thanks. I hate it. All right, I'm counting that as one question.
Yeah, I'm gonna go back for the reload.
Shit, thought I had more time. Guess this is where we part ways. Unless... Come with me. I got what I came for, but that's just the first step. I could use your help with the rest.
How am I supposed to trust that after you just revealed that you've been deceiving me this whole time?
This isn't an angle, Stan. I'm honestly making an offer. This is a once-in-a-lifetime chance. All the bad luck and desperate decisions that got you here, you can undo them. A total reset. All you have to do is go out on a limb and trust me.
Going out on a limb, is that something Stan would actually do, though? Like, we have been working the minimal effort, minimal return angle really hard.
Or I could torpedo my career and live out my days in a trailer park somewhere, wondering when I'm gonna wake up covered in scorpion stings. You're asking me to risk what little I've built here on what? What guarantee?
I can't offer you one. But sometimes the only chance you have to break away from a system like this is to take that kind of risk. Sometimes you have to bet on yourself. So what do you say? Ready to make that wager?
Now that goes back to something that Madame Scorpion was saying about, how, like, Stan has to grasp his own destiny or whatever. I feel like... Do I want to be taken in by a superhero? I don't know. This is Henchman's story. And a good henchman would, like, try to stop her. Now let's say evil or good henchman. My heart says stop her, but... Let's see if there's a valid superhero path to this, I suppose.
Okay, you convinced me. I'll go with you. No idea where it'll take me, but screw it. Chips on the table.
Hell yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I'm taken aback by how quickly Nova lets her guard down. Without hesitation, she's lowered her weapons and started casually walking up to me. With so much spring in her step, she's practically skipping. Still beaming, she playfully punches me in the shoulder, though she's so excited it actually hurts a little.
And that's the exciting part of forging your own path. The possibility of it all. The world's laid out in front of you, Stan.
Yeah, but I'm betraying my boss, and my boss was cool.
Not if we don't get out of here.
Oh, right, of course. Escape first, celebration later.
She motions to the door with her
Let's
head.
get moving. Main entrance is a ways off, but I think I figured out a way to get there that should avoid attention.
Main entrance? No way. Scorpion will be there for sure. Cafeteria's our best bet.
The cafeteria? Really?
Trust me, I'll explain when we get there. Now come on.
Okay. You take point then, Mr. Ex-Henchman. You won't regret this. I promise.
We'll see.
I still have my doubts, but at this point it doesn't matter. If I'm doing this, I've got to be all in on it. Or the odds are good that it ends with me getting carved up by an energy sword. Yeah, that's a good point. I guess we gotta throw down on the side of good. I hate the side of good is not gonna get us paid. So, with Kate right behind me, I start jogging for the exit. She could probably go a bit faster on her own. But I know if I push myself too hard, I'll be a liability if we run into trouble. No, not Kate, Shining Nova. Christ, that's gonna be hard to get over. Superheroes just aren't like the rest of us. They're hardly even people, more like monuments. Big statues of shiny plaques, telling you if you uphold our good old-fashioned values, work hard and get a little lucky, you can be larger than life. Will it get us late? I don't care. I'm not in this for the sex. So to have spent this much time with one without even realizing it, well, it's jarring to say the least. Hell, I paid spells and swords with one. Not to mention all the flirting. I really can't stress that part enough. But I gotta put all that aside for now and focus on what's in front of me. We need to get out of here, and we need to do it fast. Even with the alarms blaring, the halls are mostly empty. Only a skeleton crew is up this early, and the research wing was always lit on staff anyway. I glance at Nova, who, as expected, is having no trouble keeping up. If we maintain this pace, we should be alright. The cafeteria is a lot closer than the main entrance, and I haven't heard an announcement that specifies us as the intruders. In our uniforms, it's unlikely anyone but Scorpion herself is going to stop us.
Oh, hey there, buddy. There you are.
Ah.
I heard there was an alarm at your door, so I went to your room to assign you the task of investigating it, but you weren't there. So then I thought to myself, you know, Dave, a true squad supervisor is always thorough when it comes to his team. And that's when I decided to check on your door myself to make sure everything was A-okay.
Dave knows. Okay, good, great, fantastic. Are we gonna have to fight him to the death?
How is good old door 1385?
Oh, you know, it opens and closes, like doors do.
Doors do open and close, don't they? Wait, it opened? That door's not supposed to open.
Oh no, not at all. It was just a turn of phrase.
How do you turn a phrase?
He means that the door wasn't really open, just that it's capable of opening. Probably.
Oh, hey there, Kate. Great job during the game last night. I've seen a lot of people brood, and by golly, you brooded harder than any of them.
Okay, maybe Dave doesn't know.
Thanks! You weren't so bad yourself, Sir Dave of Clan Dave.
Gosh, I didn't expect to find you here. I thought your squad was in the East Wing this morning.
I, got turned around. You know how these halls can be.
Yeah, you know, right, buddy? Now we're really in a hurry, so...
The door was open, you turned a phrase, and now an unauthorized contractor was at a door with level 4 security clearance? Stan, I expect better than this from a senior member of our squad.
You're right, and I'm just so sorry, but we really have to...
You know what my great uncle Dale Dave said about butts? Everyone has them, and by golly, they really stink. So no butts, Stan. You're staying right here until we sort all this out.
Yeah, no, he doesn't know anything, but he thinks he knows things. And sometimes that's the worst thing of all.
Dave, listen, this is my fault, so...
No, I'm the senior henchman here. You're right, Dave. It's my responsibility.
What are you doing?
I can be held up. You can't. Keep going. I'll deal with this.
Sorry, can you speak up? All the excitement from game night really messed with my hearing.
I look down at Nova. I can't see her eyes through the mask, but her jaw is set and her brow is furrowed in concentration. I offer a weak smile and she sighs.
You dare stand me up, asshole.
She lightly brushes her hand against my shoulder and turns to go.
Well, this seems like a squad thing, and speaking of squads, I totally need to find my own, so...
Well,
Thanks, Dave! See you at lunch!
Before Dave's brain can finish forming whatever thought he'd been working on, Nova is jogging down the hall, safely on her way to the cafeteria. Now I just have to find a way to weasel my own way out.
Ah, jeez, I totally forgot. Madam Scorpion wanted to see me after I checked on the door. Super top secret stuff, but I'll tell you everything you need to know about the door after that, okay?
Sorry, but I need to check our protocol on this.
Dave reaches into one of his pouches and pulls out a small paperback book, with Lord Bedlam's visage pinned on the front.
Let's see. Yeah, it says I need to hold you here until you can be properly questioned. Gosh, I'm sorry, buddy, but it looks like you're going to be late.
Late? Dude, did I not tell you who I was meeting?
Don't worry, I'm sure she'll understand. It's protocol. Everyone loves protocol.
Citation extremely needed. Except the citation would come from the Lord Bedlam Book of Protocol. So, not really helpful.
It's Lord Bedlam's protocol. Do you think Madam Scorpion is gonna give two shits what that little book has to say? You met her last night. Think about it.
She did seem pretty quick to behead things. Gosh, buddy, I don't know. You might be right about her. But if we just start ignoring protocol, what happens next? It's like a slippery domino. Once it starts, it just keeps on slipping.
Who coated all these dominoes in butter? I rub my eyes and sigh, trying my best to keep it together. Even if I had an hour, I'm not sure I could convince him to drop this. At least not through any conventional kind of reasoning. I might have to force my way past him, and that's a gamble. Dave doesn't have much, let's call it tactical instinct, but physically he could really give me a hard time. Better to avoid it if I can. Maybe I just need to try a different diplomatic approach, something more personal.
You know, with all this talk about door 1385, I'm getting a little nostalgic. You remember the conversation we had there this week? It was a simpler time.
It sure was, wasn't it? That was when you invited me to game night, right?
Well, of course I did. I couldn't leave my buddy out, now could I? Are you glad you went?
am I ever? I was a little nervous after the whole witch's curse thing from the first time I played Spells and Swords with you, but it turned out to be the best game night we've had all year. I still can't believe I got to kill the dragon. That was the coolest thing ever.
You know, the laser was cool. But, yeah, the laser was cool.
I admit, the giant laser was pretty cool. I don't think I've ever had an SNS campaign end with one of those. Why do you like giant lasers so much anyway?
Now, call me old-fashioned, but I feel like giant lasers are the most timeless doomsday device, you know? It's a classic, like bank robberies or rooftop showdowns in the rain. Oh, just thinking about it gives me goosebumps.
Again, God help me, I agree with Dave, whether I like it or not. He's right, giant doomsday lasers are the finest kind of doomsday device.
Yeah, I guess that tracks. Anyway, it's been nice reminiscing, but why don't we catch up more at lunch, okay? See you then.
I start to walk forward, but Dave's hold up the hand to stop me. Damn it, I thought that might distract him enough to let me slip by, but his memory is better than I thought.
Hold on there, buddy. Sorry, I'd love to let you go, but you have to wait here. It's protocol, and protocol is protocol.
Dave, please.
So you've mentioned, and I get it, man, but I really need to go. So what do you say? Will you let me pass? I'm asking you as my supervisor, and more than that, as my best buddy. Help me out here.
We are best buddies, aren't we? Gosh, I'm sorry, Stan. Sometimes I get so caught up in my responsibilities as a supervisor that I forget. But talking about the good times we had this week really jogged the old memory. In my opinion, we've always gotten along just swell. So thanks, best buddy.
This is what I've been talking about. This is why I never ever dunked on Dave.
Easy, don't wear that out. But thanks, man. Honestly, you're saving my ass here. I mean it.
Like, it would have been really easy to go the cynical route and just dump on your coworker, but they're the only people who have your back when you're up against the wall. Technically, the wall has your back.
Oh, sure thing.
But the wall is not going to help you. Unless you're playing tennis. This metaphor is going nowhere.
I'm always happy to help. That's what fantastic friends are for, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess so. But honestly, I won't forget it.
I turn to go. But I pause. This may be a final goodbye, after all. Who knows what will happen when Nova and I get out of here. I can spare one more second.
Hey, Dave? Just in case I get really busy and we don't see each other for a while, take care of yourself, alright?
Sure. What will you be busy with?
Oh, just some stuff. But we'll play more SNS when I'm done, okay?
Okay. Guess I'll see you then.
Yeah. See you then.
With a final nod of farewell, I turn on my heel and jog off down the hallway. Hey, I got an achievement for talking my way past Dave. Instead of, resorting to violence. I find myself moving on autopilot, winding my way through the fortress halls, without stopping to consider my location. That's a big advantage I have over Nova, even if her pace is probably faster. So while it's tempting to push myself in an effort to keep up, a steady jog is probably my best bet. My best bet. My best bet. My best bet. I just have to hope that it's enough. After a time, I start seeing signs of her escape. Some scorch marks, a few of my unconscious comrades, and eventually some distant sounds to match. Almost there, I try to calm my pounding heartbeat. This is really happening, isn't it? Even with my cafeteria shortcut, we're gonna have to fight our way out of here. Am I ready for that? Doesn't matter, I guess. It's happening anyway. I don't know what help I'll be to someone like her, but I've gotta try. The signs of Nova's passing grow more dense, but something else joins the KO'd henchman and blast marks. Long, molten scars on the floor and wall, still glowing from the heat of what made them. I know what that means, but I'm still not ready for the sight that awaits me as I round the next corner, as I skid to a stop. Madam Scorpion looms over shining Nova, sword leveled and eyes gleaming in its flickering red light. Nova's mask flutters in the air between them, sliced cleanly in half, leaving her defiant glare unobscured.
There it is. That's the look I was hoping for. Such a selfish girl, hiding that behind flimsy masks and gaudy helmets.
I want to know, if you push the circle on her outfit, does it just, like, explode off, or what happens? Does it activate her action feature? What is that thing for?
I could feel it last night, you know. Even as you so futilely tried to subdue it. But resolve like that. It has a heat to it that can't be contained.
Her belt explodes off. Possible?
I can't wait to watch it flicker and die.
Oh, I can't wait to blast that smug little smirk clean off your face. So I guess that makes us even.
Oh, I wouldn't say that. Whether or not you're adorned in your full armored ensemble, we're hardly even.
While Scorpion's eyes don't appear to leave Nova, I see a flicker of recognition, and her smirk grows ever so slightly.
Ah, Stanley. There you are. Such perfect timing. It does make me wonder. What has you wandering the halls at this early hour? You don't strike me as one who rises with the sun. Why? Have we caught you in the midst of a morning tryst? With whom, I wonder?
Yeah, it's me and Dave.
Well,
Oh, don't be so bashful. You must share the details, I insist. But first, be a dear and restrain this impostor. It would be fitting, I think, for you of all people to be the one to capture Shining Nova.
He's not going to do that.
He isn't.
That's right. He's not just some puppet for you to command. Stan's his own person with his own choices, and he's chosen to reject you. He's coming with me. From now on, he doesn't have to be henchman number 065. He can just be Stan, and whoever that might be is up to him.
I mean, I kind of like being henchman 065.
Well, yes, so it is. Don't you see what she's doing? All Kate has done is lie to you, and this time is no different. Lies and manipulation.
I don't think lies and manipulation is gonna be, like, an accusation she's beating either.
Stanley, listen to me. What Shining Nova and all those like her trade in are delusions. Impossible dreams that they dangle in front of ordinary people as a reward for playing by their rules. Has she promised to make you one of them? It will never happen. Your bounty will be a handshake and a farewell while she and her famous comrades take all the glory. Or it would be, if you had any hope of surviving such a betrayal. Make no mistake, Stanley. Defiance will earn you nothing but a slow death. Go on, Stanley. Do it.
Stan, don't.
This is it. Whatever I do next, I have a feeling there'll be no going back. Well, let's put both thumbs up our butt and spin. What if we just stand here and stare at this for a while? That's probably a bad idea. Which is why we'll save before we do it. Imagine if your employer threatened to kill you for walking off the job. I mean, yeah. Isn't that the implicit threat that keeps people working? Otherwise, why the fuck would people work?
I think this is above my pay grade.
What? Stan, you can't just... You were so close.
Slowly, I start to back away, hands held up to show I have no intention of interfering.
Stanley, tell me that is not defiance, I hear. You know where that leads.
No, ma'am. Just, I think I'd only get in your way.
Oh, is that all? You're just worried about getting in her way? Nothing else comes to mind.
Yeah, that's all. I'm sorry.
On the other hand, it's really hard to disappoint Kate. Call me one of those weirdo fucking puppies that you keep in your, like, purse or whatever, but I just want her to like me.
I won't!
Oh, that was forceful. I don't wait for a response. Before either woman has a chance to react, I charge forward, weapon in hand, right at Madame Scorpion. I can see the shock on her face as she finally turns toward me. Hard to blame her, I'm kind of surprising myself right now, if I'm being honest. It's like instinct and emotion took the wheel as soon as I made my decision. I kind of like this. We've established that Madame Scorpion's superpower is, that she has super analysis to the point of near future prediction. So I like the idea that we've managed to surprise her with this call. Want to draw the idea of the purse dog? You can feel free, I guess. If that's something you intend to do. Anyway, I guess you could call this a case of fight or flight, and for once I've decided to fight. Really, sincerely fight. Was never in doubt which of those Scorpion would choose. If I draw close, her shark turns to anger, and her sword moves to block my baton. The shift is so fast it leaves me feeling I'm stuck in mud. But while my reflexes are too slow for the supervillain, there's someone else here who's a lot faster.
Get down!
Again, I'm too slow. I barely managed to put on the brakes before Scorpion drops into a crouch, hoping to avoid whatever Nova was planning. For a moment, it looks like Nova's concern for my safety has backfired. That is until Madame Scorpion sees the metal sphere she's practically fallen on top of. It beeps ominously as it rolls to a stop.
Oh, shit.
I try to cover my eyes and turn away from the blast that follows, but it still leaves my ears ringing, and my vision spotty. Through the haze, I feel someone grip my arm.
Come on, move!
I don't argue, and my legs comply with Nova's request. By the time my vision's clear, we're racing down another hallway, and Madame Scorpion is out of sight, for now anyway. Nova's still leading the way and starts to make a right turn. Yet, even with the added confusion of the explosive, I recognize the hallway and I resist, tugging the other direction.
No, left. Cafeteria's this way.
There's a hint of hesitation in Nova's eyes, but it quickly disappears. With a quick nod, she follows me to the left.
You sure about this cafeteria thing?
Positive. Faster, and there's a chance Scorpion doesn't guess we're headed there. Best bet. Honestly, I find it a lot crazier that you just rabbit-seasoned a superpowered assassin.
It works more often than you think. Ask me about Dr. Calamity later. But, like, later.
Right. Breathing time. Very important.
Our chatter stops, leaving only a chorus of alarms, pounding footsteps, increasingly haggard breaths. I admit, I'm still not sure I'm happy with going rogue superhero. I'm really much more comfortable as a cog in the machine of evil. But that seems to be where we're headed, so my heart and my legs are competing over which of them can protest more painfully, but I can't afford to listen to them. We're nearly there.
Halt, you traitors! Halt in the name of Lord Bedlam! Yes, tremble, you treasonous swine! Tremble before the sight of your doom! For I, Lord Bedlam, do not suffer fools, treachery, or long delivery times on Lairdash! And like a soggy bag of fries, I shall toss your double-crossing behinds straight into the trash, and see you branded with the one-star review of righteousness! Now behold the glory of Lord... Oh, my glory!
Oh. As I sidestep Lord Bedlam's twitching form, I can't help but wince.
Did you have to blast him in the crotch?
Wasn't sure it would get through the helmet.
You seem kind of underhanded for a superhero.
Breathing, Stan!
Right.
We burst through the cafeteria doors, and Nova hesitates again. I continue onward, waving her toward the far side of the room.
Kitchen!
She nods and resumes her pace, vaulting the counter while I run around it. Only when we're through the kitchen doors do I slow down. Luckily, it seems like the alarms have emptied out the whole cafeteria. We're alone.
I'm not sure poisoning the local flora was one of my mission objectives.
What is a superhero cog in the machine but a sidekick? You can be Henchman or you can be Robin. Yeah, that's valid.
Okay. There should be an exit to a loading dock. Phew. Oh god. Can you lung collapse from breathing too hard? Holy shit.
Yeah, I think it can, actually. That's why I don't move, ever. I just float around.
Loading dock? Right, for food deliveries. Good thinking.
Appreciate the tic-tac-toe on the table. Yeah. Gingerly, we weave our way past appliances and countertops toward the back of the kitchen. There are, in fact, several doors. One to a bathroom, one to a meat locker, and a third that looks promising.
This it?
I nod and she opens the door, revealing what looks like an empty concrete box. One with thin beams of sunlight poking in through a crack in the large metal doors on the opposite wall.
Gate'll be locked, but there's a one-way hatch next to it. No keypad or anything, so no one will even know we used it.
So that's where the emergency exit is. There had to be at least one way out without an electronic lock. That's just secret bunker architecture 101. Hey, how come this wasn't part of the tour? That seems like a serious safety oversight.
You just took my boss out with a laser to the nuts, and this is where you question our competence.
That's a valid point.
All right, I'll save it for the debrief. Come on, let's get that thing open before someone wanders in here.
Shining Nova and I enter the loading dock, letting the door close behind us. In the interest of covering our tracks, we leave the lights off, letting the blue glow of Nova's weapon illuminate our path forward. Once we reach the door, I wince at the sound it makes as I unlatch it, fully expecting to see the ominous red glow of Madame Scorpion's sword out of the corner of my eye with every creak and groan. But our luck holds, and the only light that enters the room is the blinding white sunshine that pours in once the door at last swings open. Concussive lasers? Yeah, it's a good question, but... Superheroes? Who knows? Nova exits first, and I stumble through afterwards, shielding my eyes from the sun. I'm still squinting as I swing the door closed behind us, leaving only a moss-covered slab of metal with no latch or handle. Another minute or two passes before my eyes fully adjust. Until now, following Nova's feet as she picks her way through the woods. So I take a moment to find... Until I take... That sentence isn't written properly. I don't think. No, that's a really weirdly written sentence. I don't like that. Yeah, okay. I'm sorry, I got stuck on that. It dangled so much we tripped over it. It did! It's very awkward and it relies heavily on context from the previous sentences. I don't think it works standalone. I suppose it's valid writing. Just, it tripped me up bad. I don't recognize anything. We must have gotten further than I thought. As if my body is just realizing this too, I stumble and come to a halt. Nova turns around.
You okay?
I realize I haven't seen her face as clearly before, thanks to the mask and the dim lighting of the lair. Her eyes are a russet brown with glints of autumn flickering beneath the surface like whiskey and coffee.
Yeah, just give me a second.
I'm thinking about drinking your eyeballs. I put my hands on my knees and start to double over, but I feel Nova's hand on my shoulder. When I look up, I find her smiling down at me.
Not yet, okay? Just a little further. Then you can rest all day.
Right. That sounds nice.
As I stand up straight, I lean on Nova for support and take a deep breath.
Thanks.
No problem. By the logic of a certain SNS game master, we're basically a full-fledged party now. That means we've got to support each other, right?
She offers a smile and a playful smack on the shoulder before resuming her hike, and I follow, albeit with more effort. As we walk, I try again to get a better sense of our surroundings. Though nothing is familiar, I can generally tell what direction we're headed based on the sun.
So, where are we almost, if you don't mind me asking? The highway is the other way.
That's the point. They won't think to look in this direction. Makes for a better hiding spot.
Hiding spot? Oh man, tell me we're not camping. I mean, we technically had some survival training, but I would always smuggle some energy bars with me, and I'm fresh out right now.
As much as I want to see you struggle with a tent, no, it's not a hiding spot for us.
Then what?
Nova holds a finger up to her lips and
Let me
smirks.
show you.
Still smirking, Nova slips into the brush and disappears. Confused, but grateful for the respite, I lean against a tree truck and wait. The silence doesn't last long. In the distance, I hear a low, ominous hiss, the groaning of metal, and a series of quieter clicks and clangs. As that chorus ends, heavy footfalls replace it, stomping through the undergrowth, until their shining armored conductor is revealed.
Just have to slip into something more comfortable. Think it suits me?
Holy shit! I don't know where the rebels are hiding, I swear.
Oh, right. Hang on. Let me switch off the voice modulation.
There we go. Is mine really that much freakier than Lord Bedlam's?
Just more jarring now that I know what you actually sound like. Though you could probably make a quick buck selling that tech to guys like him if you want to pull a scorpion.
Yo, I could use a handy voice modulator that works with any software. I'm just saying. Or, you know, one that I can just tuck in my mouth, and it makes me sound like this all the time.
I'm good, thanks. But speaking of Scorpion...
Nova's head swivels back and forth for a moment, scanning the forest. Now that I know who's in there, I can see the similarity in her posture and movements. Surreal, like deja vu.
We're clear for now, but I can't say how long. Time to evac.
She extends an armored hand in my direction.
All aboard.
Oh, how do I mount this?
Are you going to carry me?
Obviously, fastest way out of here. Well, unless you want me to stuff you in the armor delivery pod, but I can't promise that will be any more comfortable. Don't worry, I won't drop you.
You know what? I'm piggyback.
Alright, I trust you. But just so I know what I'm paying for, will there be any complimentary snacks? I know most people prefer the peanuts, but I love those little biscuit things myself. So if you have any...
That's first class only. Sorry. The only seat left is in the luggage compartment, which you can book for the low, low price of not getting dumped into the Pacific Ocean.
That is quite the deal. But in that case, I'm definitely gonna need to grab a cinnamon roll before I board. Do you want one?
A breathing mask slaps me in the face, cutting me off before I can blather any further. Good.
Just put on the mask, dork. It'll let us crank up the speed and altitude a little.
Fine, fine.
I put the mask over my face and secure the strap to the back of my head. When I'm done, Nova once again reaches out her hand, and this time I take it.
Hang on. Don't forget. I've got you.
As Nova pulls me in tight, one steel-clad arm slips securely around my waist, while the other moves to stabilize my neck. Waist and neck? That's not quite a bridal carry. Sounds more like she's just gonna tuck me under her arm and... Ugh, you know, like a football carry. I hear her suit's thrusters roar to life, and suddenly we're soaring skyward at incredible speed. To the upper atmosphere! As far as I know, Madam Scorpion can't fucking fly. So we're probably not going to be stabbed in space. The cold metal embrace is hardly cozy, but it's certainly secure. I think her joints have literally locked me in place. I'm in no danger of falling down to whatever we're flying over. Yeah, definitely not much of a view either, but I guess that's what I'd expect from Nova. She's more interested in making sure I'm protected than showing off. You know, frankly, I prefer that. If you're gonna go protective, please don't go showy at the same time. This is the person who was struggling to even pretend to be evil in an SNS game, after all. How the hell did I end up caught in the orbit of someone like this? I feel like I've crossed some invisible boundary. Like I was supposed to live my life in one neat little box, and now I've left it. Can't even begin to guess where my destination lies. And not just the physical one that'll end up when we land. This hasn't been the case for a long time. Yeah, she has like a bubblegum crisis power armor. She has like a hard suit. We did find some cracks in her armor before, like her knees and elbows are not as heavily armored because she needs the flexibility. Which I'm sure now that she's had that flaw exposed, she's going to look into it. But like, there's only so much you can do before you're an in-action figure. That, as much as the wind racing through my hair and the roar of the thrusters, has my heart racing. An Apartment on Olympus, Issue 7. Maybe it's because of the adrenaline, but the flight itself seems short. Before long, I hear the thrusters grow quieter, and I feel myself being pulled into a slow descent.
This is it. Hang on.
I hear the sound of some kind of hatch opening as we slow down even further, floating gently downward until I at last hear the clank of Nova's boots and feel solid ground beneath my own.
Told you I had you.
And with that, she lets me go. I stumble forward on wobbly legs as I remember how to stand and squint to adjust to my new surroundings. It's bright, thanks to the large skylights, one of which slides floats above us. Guess that's how we entered. All that light in the large open floor plan sticks in stark contrast to the dark, cramped halls of Lord Bedlam's lair. I almost go so far as to call it luxurious if half of it wasn't covered in equipment and coffee cups. I feel like we have officially burned any chance of the Dave route. Now call Madame Scorpion reveal Nova's lair's location. I do wonder if there's a triple cross route, honestly. I am genuinely curious about that.
Nice place. Very fancy for a backup workshop.
Thanks! The location really sucks if you can't fly, so I got a pretty good deal on it. But it's actually more of a live-work type of situation.
Oh, yeah. I see that.
I sidestep a stray bit of circuitry that's fallen off a nearby coffee table. Seems more like a work situation to me, but I can't really tell.
And there's nothing backup about it. This is the workshop. Everything that Shining Nova is and will be runs through here.
Ah. I guess I just figured you had a bunch of safe houses and villas all across the world. Seemed on brand, you know?
If I've got even one villa, that'd be news to me. I know I always make those which superhero is secretly a billionaire vlogs, but this is a whole operation.
Well, regardless, it's a lot nicer than what I'm used to. No question there. Sometimes I forget that normal homes have windows.
Oh, it's a Spider-Man situation. She's like... Everybody thinks she's some rich 40-year-old, and she's actually like a power-suited teenage inventor or something.
No kidding. I was only in that lair for a few days, and I feel like I have a vitamin deficiency. Speaking of which...
Her unseen bits of Nova's armor twist and click into place. Moments later, the suit cracks open, and she steps out like she's emerging from a high-tech cocoon.
There we go. Felt great to be in my second skin again, but I want to take in the sunlight while I can. Even engineers need it every once in a while.
I really like the noise of Nova's armor opening. That extremely fidgety, 500 clicks at once sort of sound effect.
In fact, I think I'm gonna go change out of this too. No need to be Kate anymore. You good on your own for a while?
Yeah, sure. I'll just entertain myself by pressing buttons and touching the most dangerous-looking equipment while you're gone. You don't mind, do you?
I'll have to ask my roommate. Kepler 1604, activate Watchtower Protocol. Target zone Alpha.
Suddenly, Nova's armor snaps closed and it stands up straight, eyes glowing with purpose. I raise my hands and take a step back. Available on freesound.org. I'll have to check the credits when we're done, now that I think about it.
Joking, joking. I'll be good.
Yeah, I know. It's for your protection more than anything. I don't think we were followed, but better safe than sorry. Seriously, relax. I'll be back in a few, okay?
She winks and turns lightly on her heel. Already she's pulled off one of her gloves, and probably tosses it over her shoulder. Out of reflex, I catch it before it hits me in the chest.
You did a good thing today, Stan. Try to enjoy it a little.
Yeah, I endangered my life. For no purpose. I watch as Nova disappears through a nearby doorway, my gaze lingering for just a moment, before turning to the glove I'm holding. I guess that's the last time I'll see Kate, isn't it? Turn the glove over in my hands, contemplating what that means, until movement catches my attention. It's Shining Nova's now empty suit, staring back at me with hollow eyes.
Hey,
Suit does nothing.
you don't talk, do you? Maybe with a funky accent?
The suit says nothing.
That's a shame. I'd have given you an accent. Something you wouldn't expect, though, like Yiddish or Canadian. British computers are played out. Know what I mean?
A Yiddish supercomputer. Yeah, I could go for that. The suit does not know what I mean.
Whatever, dude. I've got a vision, okay? You'll see.
With care, I set the discarded glove aside and take a good look around the room. Might as well explore a little. Where to start? Let's check out the gym. Maybe there's some protein bars we can steal. I meander toward the small home gym that's set up in the far corner of the apartment. What's there is nice but simple. A punching bag, some weights, a few training weapons on a padded floor. I give the punching bag a push and it sways back and forth. It's well worn and the floor is scuffed in places. This setup's definitely not here for decoration. Try as I might, I can't find any crazy anti-gravity cardio machine or a button that turns the whole room into a holographic obstacle course. So this is how a top 20 hero lives, huh? Working out of a one-bedroom apartment like they've been trying to launch a startup for 5 years and the investment is right around the corner for real this time? Like I said, it's a big upgrade from my old hole in the ground, but I expected something more glamorous from someone who rubs shoulders with the global superhero pantheon. Maybe that's just how Nova is. As my attention wanders, I pick up one of the many discarded coffee cups and examine the name that's written on its side. Nobody. I snort. Okay, Ulysses. Too paranoid to give your name to the barista? I suppose an apartment like this tracks there, but even so. Suddenly the Nova suit starts beeping as it turns towards one of the windows. Proximity alert? I set down the coffee cup and follow the suit's gaze just in time to an all-too-familiar sight.
Hey, Galileo! What are you suited up for? Did you make a pit stop on the way back or something? Thought for sure you'd beat me here.
Oh cool! We're about to get punched through a wall! When the suit doesn't respond, Dynamo taps on its helmet and peers into the visor. With her attention occupied, I try to scoot behind one of the pillars.
Not in there, huh? Jesus, don't tell me she's having this thing stand guard when she uses the bathroom. It's not like anyone could even figure out that this place exists, much less break.
Suddenly, Dynamo goes rigid and spins in my direction, cape whirling. I freeze mid-step and slowly raise a hand in greeting, hoping my nervous smile comes across more casually than it feels.
Hey again. Good thing Dave isn't here, or he'd really think we're friends, huh? Meeting each other all the time?
We have to keep the memory of Dave alive in our hearts.
Who the hell is Dave?
My supervisor? Tall, blonde, a little slow. I guess it wouldn't matter if he saw us now, though, would it? After all.
I'm gonna stop you right there. I don't care. What the hell are you doing here, Sunshine? And where's Nova?
Why do you think? I was invited. Funny story, actually.
Before I can finish, Dynamo bursts forward. One moment we're talking, and the next my legs are dangling in the air, and Dynamo has me pinned against a pillar with one arm.
No jokes, no bullshit. This isn't a bag of kibble. This is my friend. Where is she?
She presses me harder into the pillar, and I wave my arms above my head, trying to signal my surrender.
Holy shit, lady! I'm trying to tell you, she's fine! She's the one who brought me here!
I told you no more bullshit.
She raises me further off the ground. Crap, she's not gonna buy a word I say! Crap.
One last time. Where is she?
Right here, Dynamo. Now put the dork down.
Dynamo lets me slip to the floor unceremoniously as she whirls around. I catch a face full of cape as I stumble to find my footing. Luckily, Nova's there to steady me before I fall on my ass.
Christ, I can't leave either of you alone, can I? And you!
She turns to the empty Nova suit and throws her hands out in dismay.
You were supposed to be keeping an eye out. Are you really gonna make me review the Watchtower Protocol Code again? Come on, man.
The suit says nothing.
You should really give that thing a voice. I have a few accents in mind.
Later, Stan.
Okay. I'll just write them down or something.
Sorry, Nova. I was just acting on instinct. You never bring anyone up here.
I brought you, didn't I?
Well, yeah, we're a team. We had our own hashtag for a minute. This guy's just some dude. I know you've been working undercover, and sure, Sunshine's fun to mess with, but he works for a supervillain, Nova. Madam freaking Scorpion was personally protecting him.
Worked for a supervillain, past tense. And he was willing to fight Scorpion to help me.
Dynamo hesitates and gives me a hard look before looking back to Nova.
How do you know it's not an act? Another one of her traps.
I don't, but I trust him.
And I'm just supposed to go on that? Look, you're the smartest person I know, but...
Hey, you two were a team. So, yeah. Trust. It flows. Like a... Floby. Because of all the hair you have, Dynamo. Goddamn. In lieu of a reply, Nova turns to me and holds out her hand, palm up. There's something in it, a name tag that reads Kate. After a moment of hesitation, I take it. It isn't even torn. She must have removed it with care.
When I was wearing this, I was Kate. When I'm in the suit, I'm Shining Nova.
Nova, don't.
But here, you can call me Victoria. Victoria Vasquez. Nice to meet you.
Is that one fake? That's a little... I can see picking this. I kind of want to pick this. I can't see picking this under any circumstances. That's really bitter.
That's surprisingly reckless of you. Not to argue against myself, but why would you tell me that? From what I can tell, you don't even tell your real name to baristas.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but the Moog has a point. You use cash to pay for a latte, but you just haul off and tell this dude your real name just like that? What are you thinking?
I'm thinking that he's not a barista, Dynamo, and that I really need to start throwing away these coffee cups.
You guys can't see it, but I'm turning my head very slightly to the left, and yeah, maybe I gotta do a trash pass when the stream's done.
So, am I a barista then? Or did you forget how long it took you to tell me the same thing?
At least I can do what Zoolander couldn't. Throw stuff away? I've never seen Zoolander.
In a way, aren't we all baristas?
Sunshine, I swear to God, I will punt you so hard you hit a satellite.
Please don't. I'm really not in the mood to pay for more collateral damage.
I'll bet. Must be a pain to lug around all that cash.
One time she brought a briefcase full of 20s to a home storehouse.
A briefcase full of 20... Briefcase full of 20 sounds like a punchline. I can't figure out what it's a punchline to, but it's definitely a punchline.
As I recall, you also pushed a forklift out of the way in one of the aisles, which, in my opinion, was way more suspicious.
Yeah, but it would have made a better headline than Shining Nova carries cash in the 21st century like she's 80 years old.
Nova, or rather Victoria, stops at Dynamo's quip and shakes her head.
Well, I take it that means you're satisfied then? No more trust issues with Sunshine here?
Yeah, I'm satisfied. But you didn't have to go that far, Victoria.
Maybe not, but we can't afford any division here. Stakes are too high, and our enemy is too dangerous. If we're going to stop Madame Scorpion in time, the three of us need to trust each other. We won't stand a chance.
Oh, it's the three of... Okay, I am the sidekick. Stan has definitely graduated to the sidekick position. Maybe, like, the under-sidekick. Because I have a feeling these two have debates about which one of them is the sidekick.
Wait, stop Madame Scorpion? We? We as in also me?
Yep, that's the plan. Shining Nova, Miss Dynamo, and also Stan take down Madame Scorpion and Lord Bedlam. You up for it?
Third wheel Stan! Yeah, alright.
Yeah, let's do it. Just don't expect me to be much help against Madame Scorpion. If you hadn't pulled that little stunt back there, they'd be mopping my intestines off the floor right now.
An after party sound... You know, you're right, an after party does sound good. Rewind!
Sure, if there's an after party. It's been a long week. I really need to unwind.
Good luck with that. Your girl here hasn't partied in years.
Sure I have. We have holiday parties at the NWHA all the time.
Northwest Hero Association? Oh, for fuck's sake, this does take place in Seattle. I suppose. Wait, no, there's way too much sunlight.
NWHA.
Northwestern Heroes Association. And those don't count, Victoria. You always wear your armor.
Yeah, for protection? It would be the perfect time to attack.
See what I mean? Literal years.
No, just figurative dynamo years. Just because I can't keep up with your breakneck pace doesn't mean I can't party at all. I can totally party. I am a party.
Actually got the acronym right? Yeah. It seemed fairly obvious to me. Like, I can't think what else. Like, NW. National Weather Hero. No, she's not a weather hero. She doesn't have any, like, storm powers or lightning bolts. No, we have asses! Everybody has it. New World Ham aura.
Well, you'll just have to prove it after we take care of business then. Once this is over, we're cutting loose and having fun. Promise?
Oh, that's... Oof, ooh, Stan, honey. Sweetie. Dicky Pumpkin. Now that you are free of supervillain control, stop saying shit that sounds like a death flag. Okay? He's allotted skill points into... Yeah.
Fine. Deal. I promise there will be an after party.
Okay, it'll be my wake.
Wow. I never thought I'd see the day. I'm impressed, Sunshine. Now I'm starting to see why she brought you along.
Oh no, Sunshine is gonna end up being my superhero name, isn't it? I'm gonna have to dress, like, all in bright yellow. Okay.
Well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves. Before that, we need to actually stop Madame Scorpion. And before that, we need to solidify our plan of attack.
Alright, our plan of attack is that we can't do anything she is expecting us to do. So... we hijack 747 and we fly it directly... No, the base is underground. It'll never work.
But, for now, let's take a little time to recover and get our bearings, okay?
Can we drop a satellite on it?
Recovery sounds good.
Convinced that Miss Dynamo is no longer about to pound me into dust, I lean on the pillar I'd previously been pinned to and let out a weary sigh.
Sure thing. I figured you wouldn't be executing the final phase until tomorrow, but I wanted to make sure you made it out of there all right.
A mailer, a box full of scorpions. Box full of scorpions every single morning. She'll expect it, and that's when we mail her the box of snakes.
I always do, don't I?
Victoria extends her closed fist, and Dynamo meets it with her own in a light fist bump, then suddenly pulls the smaller woman in for a rough one-armed hug.
You thought you could get away with just that? No way.
Dynamo, come on!
Not in front of the henchmen!
Always do. You little shit. People really think I'm the cocky one. You know, for a second there, I was really worried that you'd gone from superhero to super no.
Dynamo!
Caught off guard, Victoria flails futilely in Dynamo's grasp. But the taller hero just rubbers Victoria's hair with her free hand before finally letting go.
Just admit it. You only hate that joke because deep down you think it's hilarious. You laughed that one time.
Because I was delirious.
Victoria clears her throat and straightens her hair. There's somehow that will make it look like that never happened.
I take it this means nothing went wrong last night.
You kidding? That was a piece of cake. How did you know Scorpion wouldn't be there anyway?
She was playing spells and swords with us. I know, it's still kind of a fever dream for me too.
That's putting it mildly. I can't even picture it. Victoria did the voice, didn't she?
Oh yeah, she was way into character. It was award-worthy. A little heavy on the prose though.
Whatever, you're both just jealous.
Anyway, if you're all good here, then I'll head out for now. Want me to take the suit with me?
Yeah, might as well toss out a red herring. Got a couple backups online if I need them. Kepler 1604, activate dog walker protocol. Handler, Miss Dynamo.
Shining Nova. Hold on.
Yeah, might as well toss out a red herring. Got a couple backups online if I need them. Kepler 1604, activate dog walker protocol.
Yeah,
Handler,
Kepler's
Miss Dynamo.
supernova. SN 1604, known as Kepler's supernova, was a type 1A supernova that occurred in the Milky Way. Yeah. Okay. I knew it! I knew it, really. The shining nova suit once again glows with life and turns his attention to Dynamo. Up above, one of the skylights starts to slide open.
Got it. I'll be sure to do a few passes on the skyline to make sure we're seen. And before I forget, you can have this back too. There's a few messages, but nothing critical.
Now, I had to check. Like, I had my suspicions about, like... I had my suspicions about the name, and they were right. Dynamo pulls a small silver device from her belt and tosses it lightly to Victoria, who casually snatches it out of the air. At that, the caped hero turns to leave.
See you tomorrow. Oh, and Sunshine, behave.
I gulp and nod in affirmative as Dynamo turns her eyes upward and launches herself into the air, shooting through the skylight and into the open air. The empty Nova suit follows shortly and the skyline closes. Skylight.
You know, I'm not sure who came closer to killing me today. Her or Scorpion?
Scorpion, hands down. Don't let Dynamo scare you. She's just looking out for me. Honestly, I think she likes you.
Yeah, the entire skyline, like, and then it, like, sinks below the earth, and that's just the Evangelion geofront.
Come on, let's eat something. I'm starving.
Victoria walks toward the small kitchenette tucked away on the wall adjacent to the living area, and I follow. There isn't really a dining table or a bar, so I drag a nearby stool over and take a seat.
Let's see, the pasta should still be good.
She pokes her head in the fridge and returns the half-empty Tupperware container. Cautiously, she cracks the lid open and takes a whiff.
Nope, that's a big, big nope.
She hastily seals the lid and stuffs it back into the fridge. No! This just creates a loop of, oh, hey, the pasta's still good. Oh, no, it isn't. I'll put it back.
You're leaving it in there?
Well, if I toss it out, it'll stink up the garbage. And that's just a disaster that I don't have time for right now.
Silently, I wonder if I just witnessed a supervillain story for evil, sentient leftovers. As Victoria pulls out a milk container, I try to look for an expiration date as stealthily as I can, but she's quick to notice.
Don't worry, it's the lactose-free stuff that expires later, so it's probably still good. You cool with cereal?
Hey, I won't complain. What are my options?
Well...
With sheepish steps, Victoria walks over to a nearby cabinet and pulls it over, to reveal a wall of identical blue and white cereal boxes, all with Shining Nova's helmet plastered on them.
Here's, really just the one.
You took a sponsorship deal and accepted payment in a lifetime supply, didn't you? Because that would help keep you fed, because you have no time for anything but heroics. I recognize this archetype so hard. She pulls out a box and sets it on the counter next to some milk. I stare silently, blinking as if that will somehow change what I'm seeing.
Wow, you're actually feeding me cereal from a box with your face on it.
You get them for free, okay? And you don't have to have any. I'm kidding, please eat some. Dynamo won't take any more boxes, and I'm running out of cabinet space.
Alright, pour me a bowl of... Hero O's? That's a misprint, right?
Heroes.
I asked the same thing when we filmed the commercial.
After a minute of searching, Victoria manages to find a pair of bowls that aren't sitting in the sink, and pours us both a bowl. I take mine with mock reverence.
It's an honor to eat your sugary grain mixture, Shining Nova, ma'am.
Really regretting that I didn't let Dynamo get some shots in earlier.
Despite her complaining, I can see her fighting to hold back a grin as she boosts herself up on the counter, in place of a proper seat. Legs dangle off the ground as she grabs her own bowl and digs in.
You know, it's not bad. There's way worse ways to make a buck.
The one thing that I'm enjoying, about the portrayal of Victoria / Shining Nova is they're making it really clear that when she's out of her suit, she's like one of our 5'2" soldiers in the ranks of the short army. Like, It's obvious that that suit has some height boosters in there or something.
Oh, they don't pay me. I mean, they pay, but the money goes to the association.
She shakes her head as she swallows another bite.
Unless you're willing to do some serious money laundering, there's pretty much no way to make money on sponsorships without giving up your secret identity.
Yeah, Spider-Man found that out. I know it keeps coming back to Spider-Man, but... there was a mini plot where they made dolls of him, and he tried to figure out how he could get paid without, like, revealing who he actually was, and surprisingly few banks will take a check marked out to, like, Spider-Man.
So why don't you?
Well, a lot of reasons. I mean, there's the whole safety of myself and my loved ones, yada yada, you know, all the classic stuff.
Spider-Man, but also Iron Girl. I think that's Rescue nowadays. Riri Williams, I believe her name is. Ironheart? Yeah, I think it's probably Ironheart is the actual name she's using. Rescue was Pepper Potts. Why do I know this shit? Jesus Christ. I've read a lot of both the Marvel and DC archives, okay? I apologize for this. She leans forward and points at me with her spoon for emphasis.
But also, once you go public, there's only 3 real paths forward. You can work for the feds, you can start wearing designer.
I thought that armor was designer.
Huh? Oh, sorry. That means you've retired from real superhero work and are just a celebrity, basically. So, you know, you can start using expensive costumes that wouldn't be practical to work in. Designer.
I can't actually think of an analog for this one. Someone who is just like a show model. The closest I can think of is like Captain Amazing from Mystery Men. Spawn!
Anyway, the third option is really only viable if you're someone like Dynamo, and that's sleeping with your mask on.
She stops me before I can ask.
Not literally. What I mean is that both your identities merge into each other. You can still keep a secret ID, but you're legally one person doing business as your hero name. It's complicated. But, like I said, that only works if you're like Dynamo. You come packaged with powers that make you tough to intimidate, and let you operate on a lower budget. Not really an option for someone like me.
She shrugs and turns back to her cereal. I let out a grunt of acknowledgement and do the same. As I crunch on my cereal and mull over her explanation, I hear Victoria let out a small laugh.
Maybe this is weird to say, but I'm glad you didn't know that. It's nice to be able to flip the tables on you a little, Mr. Grizzled Veteran.
Honestly, I was just thinking about that. I guess neither of us really had a reason to think about how the other side's job actually worked.
We glance around at the apartment, taking it all in.
Or maybe we just had different pictures of it in our heads.
Is that your way of asking, bitch, you live like this?
I was gonna reference that meme, but I thought it was really impolite. I'm glad she got there first.
No. It's a nice place. It just all seems like it's...
Beyond me.
Beyond me.
Are you so sure? You did pretty well today. You're better suited for it than a lot of people who give it a try, if I'm being honest.
Let's not blow that out of proportion, alright? Running for my life out of necessity is one thing, but this superhero shtick is way out of my league.
Victoria shrugs.
It's not for everyone. There were nights when I was trying to debug my armor's OS or repair a joint with scrap metal, and I just wonder, damn, why are you going through all this trouble? No one asked you to.
Could have gone for a lot of work. That's also true. But the thing that I'm feeling about Stan is that Stan is just lowballing it. He has no reason to work hard, so he doesn't. When he has a reason, he does. So Beyond Me seems like the correct choice.
But then I realized that's sort of the point.
Take a moment to mull over her words, but all I managed to offer in reply is a small before turning back to the task of drying my cereal. It's weird, since I found out she was Shining Nova, She's managed to seem both more and less like the armored demigod that confronted me on Wednesday. I don't know what to make of it. Doesn't take us long to finish our makeshift meal, and soon our empty bowls have joined the other discarded dishes in the sink.
You know, I just realized that's the first meal I've had that didn't come out of a vending machine or the twisted mind of Chef Antonio in at least a year.
God. When we set a course for the cafeteria, I was genuinely afraid that we were gonna have to have like a blood feud with Antonio.
Really? Now I feel kind of bad.
And the guy knows how to use knives.
Don't. It's a vast improvement. But if you're feeling guilty, you could make it up by giving me the official tour. I scoped it out a little earlier, but it only seems fair, doesn't it?
Fine.
She clears her throat and gestures around herself in all directions.
This is my workshop, gym, living room, kitchen, and office. Bathroom's over there, my bedroom's over there.
This is my office! And my laboratory! That isn't true! It's more of an allegory! She points from one door to the other.
Thank you for signing up for our tour. Please remember to tip your guide.
For that? No way. You didn't give me a tip and I was tons better. Hands down.
Debatable. They say brevity is the soul of a tour, you know. Plus, I give out party favors.
As Victoria backstarted her workbench, she pulls out the silver device Miss Dynamo tossed her earlier and returns a gesture in my direction. Unlike her, I bobble it a bit before scaring it.
What is it?
It's my NWHA communicator. I had Dynamo carry it around to make it seem like I wasn't off the grid.
This is the second time she's mentioned, like, armoring up at the NWHA Christmas parties, having Dynamo carry around the communicator. Like, she doesn't trust her fellow heroes either, for the most part. She is completely locked off from everybody.
Can you play the messages on it for me? I have to start running some parsers on the files I got from Scorpion Supercomputer. Look for the ones that have a star by them. Those are high priority.
I thought we were resting and recovering.
We are? Relative to what we could be doing, this is very restful.
Shake my head, but activate the device nonetheless as Victoria hooks up a data drive to one of her computers. Are they Dunmer Outlanders? I don't think so. It's like a cross between a miniature smartphone and an old pager, and it doesn't take long to navigate to the message menu. Even though it looks like there are numerous missed calls, there are only 3 messages, all with different senders. Nightingale, Mr. Fluke, and MM Android, and none of them have the star Nova mentioned. I could just tell her that none are high priority. She said start with the one. Well...
Looks like none of them are high priority.
Alright, thanks for checking. Oh, come on, isn't this thing supposed to be solid state? This should be going faster.
Looks...
Okay, but I want to hear some of these. Personally. I want to hear what the android's calling about, for example. Navigate the message I navigate the message labeled MM Android and press play.
Yo, Nova, it's MMA. Just giving you a shout. Missed you in the Hexagon this week. We were supposed to give an exhibition for the rookies, remember? It's no big deal, Dynamo covered for you. But just give me a heads up next time, alright? I know you've always got a lot going on, but we're all here to help when you need it.
Ah, mixed martial artist android. Okay.
Speaking of help, my leg was acting up and I was hoping you could take a look at it. I know the association can hook me up with the tech, but you're better at this stuff than anyone. Anyway, no rush. I'll catch you at the next sparring session. If you show up this time anyway. Later! Oh, and I had to resort to flattery to bring Dynamo in, so don't tell her you were my first choice, okay?
Oh. Yeah, good luck, Jin.
That didn't sound like a robot.
Because it's not. He's a human with cybernetic limbs. Good hand-to-hand guy, though.
So he's really MM Cyborg? Yeah, it doesn't have the same ring to it, I guess, but Man, sparring lessons, repairing other superheroes' gadgets? You really do all that? How do you manage it?
Well, like he said, sometimes I don't. Or I just don't sleep. Still, that's the gig. If you really want to make an impact on the world, then you have to...
Yeah, she works way harder than I ever would. Also, the line of her shoulder goes over the line of her strap. Which is a little... Wait, that's her rib cage. Whatever.
I'll have to thank Dynamo for covering for me.
Clavicle?
Again, I'm sure she knew the whole time what happened. Probably milked that flattery for all it was worth.
I turn back to the communicator to look for more messages. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep going. I'm gonna keep listening. Drawn to the plus. Yeah, that's true. I navigate the message labeled Nightingale and press play.
Hey, Nova. Oh no, that's too informal, isn't it? Sorry, I mean Shiny Nova. That's better. Anyway, hi, it's Nightingale. You know, from the NWHA. The new girl. I spilled that coffee on you the first time we met. So, funny story. You remember how we talked about my fear of heights and how you said that even if I have to fly really high, I should always land close to the ground? Well, it may have slipped my mind while I was on patrol, and now I'm kind of stuck at the top of a skyscraper and my wings won't manifest, so, call me back? Or send a helicopter? Thanks.
Ah.
Did I hear that right? She has wings and a fear of heights?
Hey, that can happen.
Yeah, it's been something of a work in progress. Sweet kid, though. I kind of feel bad I wasn't able to help. Are there any more messages from her?
Yeah, one more. Hold on.
Hey, Shining Nova. It's Nightingale again. So I got one wing to show up, but despite what anime has taught me, flying that way is really hard.
I respect that call out.
It's okay, though. I only threw up a little bit, and I landed on a roof that has a fire escape. So, as long as you delete these messages and never tell Dynamo about them, we can totally forget this ever happened.
Okay, good. I'm glad she isn't still standing at the top of a skyscraper. After, like, a week or whatever.
So, just please do that. Thanks! See you at the next meeting!
Guess it turned out okay. Ish. That's good. Sounded like that kid really looks up to you. That happen a lot with the younger heroes?
Yeah, I suppose. Hard to do what we do if you're not a little passionate about it, but at the same time, you need to lose the starry-eyed naivete if you want to make a real impact. When you're facing down a supervillain, you can't have a fan watching your back, you know? It won't work.
Yeah, I can see how that would be a problem.
I turn back to the communicator to look for more messages. And Mr. Fluke. Alright, let's see what this is.
Hey, Nova, it's Fluke. I know you're used to me calling you with bad news, but, okay, this is still pretty bad. Just try to have a flow, that's all.
Somebody's doing a really good Patrick Warburton impression here.
Look, point is, whenever you're back, you may get some questions from the press about an exploding candy factory. And I know I'm obligated to call all the senior members to make them aware when something like this happens. But I also just personally want to say, this one's not my fault.
Somewhere between Warburton and Steve Bloom. Yeah. Also, yeah, Mr. Fluke blew up a candy factory. I'm gonna get, and it wasn't his fault. Yeah, somebody has inconvenient powers.
I mean, did you know sugar dust is explosive? I didn't. Hell, the Candy Crew sure didn't seem to, and they're candy-themed villains for Pete's sake. I just figured, hey, the factory's abandoned. A little old snap won't hurt nobody, and it didn't. Everyone's okay. Just not the factory is all. So yep, just letting you know. See you when I see you. Don't tell Dynamo.
I love how the running theme of all of these messages is don't tell Dynamo.
Sugar dust is explosive? Seriously? And how did this guy make it explode?
Ooh, Yeah, that's how the 5th and 7th Candyman did it. As for how our friend there caused it, well, he didn't. Mr. Fluke doesn't really cause anything
Yeah,
himself,
like I
at
said.
least not directly.
Mr. Fluke obviously didn't cause this, but of course it happened to him. Hello, Keldon. Of course it happened to him.
He just snaps his fingers, and things start going wrong. The hypothesis is that it's a type of causality manipulation. Think of it as uncontrolled, extreme bad luck.
Extremely bad luck. Uncontrolled. That's not a superhero power. Well, maybe it is.
That sounds less than helpful. You just keep him around to keep a leash on him, or what?
It's D&D Wild Magic? Yeah, see, D&D Wild Magic is the kind of shit that I pick. Because I have, like, a chronic inability to live without randomness in my life. It's not something you put on a suit and go out in the street and share with the world.
And as a last resort, when nothing's working for us, sometimes all you can do is make sure nothing works for the other side too.
Alright, that's a valid approach. If you have to self-sabotage, you can at least sabotage the saboteurs, as well as the sabotaged.
Honestly, if you can't stop Scorpion here, he's part of Plan Z. I just hope it doesn't come to that.
No, that's brilliant. Somebody who can analyze exactly what is going to happen in the future, getting hit by, like, the bad luck roll idiot. Send that man to the front lines.
Yeah, me too. Well, looks like that message was the last one.
Anyway, hello, Keldon. I hope you're doing well. I hope that, Project Silverfish didn't completely destroy your brain. Nate Wan. Nat 1. Oh, okay. Nate Wan was my first impulse, and apparently that is completely wrong. Why have the captions stopped? One moment. Came back to something about Silverfish. Yeah, just making sure that, like, Project Silverfish didn't break your brain. I hope you're doing okay.
Alright, thanks for checking. Oh, come on, isn't this thing supposed to be solid state? This should be going faster.
I turn off the communication device and set it aside as Victoria continues to tap away at her keyboard, grumbling to herself. Still tired, I stifle a yawn as I walk over to see exactly what she's up to. When I get a good look at her setup, it's easy to see why she's so distracted.
That's some battle station. Can you actually keep track of all 4 of those screens at once?
I have 2 screens. I can keep track. Well, I don't do anything impressive on them.
Not really. No one can, actually. Multitasking is just switching between different things really quickly.
Got caught in a rock and a hard place and got out and continued to explore. Back to the XCOM grind last stream. Neat. I'm looking forward to, more XCOM, and I've honestly been looking forward to seeing you, scream at the darkness and cower in terror. It's mean, but it's also adorable. It's great. And, by the way, Keldon's not still streaming, Keldon's right here. But Keldon is still streaming, most days of the week. I know I raid in occasionally. I should probably do that more.
The holographic screens are only running a diagnostic on Sagittarius 1868 and tracking Kepler 1604 in the background.
Yeah, she's named all of her, like, background processes after famous supernovas. That's very on theme. She gestures from one blue holographic blah 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 blah. She gestures from one blue holographic screen on her far left to a second on her far right. I glance at each, then stare at her blankly. She rolls her eyes.
This one's testing one of the suits I have here, and this one's keeping an eye on the one that's following Dynamo.
Ah, so the middle 2 screens are the ones you're actually paying attention to.
Yeah, that's where I'm going through the data I grabbed from Scorpion's computer. I need to verify a few things before tomorrow. Could take a while. There's a lot to go through.
Oh, I'll bet.
Stan, go the fuck to sleep. This second yawn isn't quite as stifled, and Victoria raises an eyebrow in my direction.
I'm sorry. Am I boring you?
You are! I mean, no. No, of course not.
No. I'm just a little wiped from the whole running for my life thing still.
I'm kidding. Damn, you really are tired. I was expecting some kind of retort. Why don't you crash on the couch for a little? I'm gonna be tied up with this for a while anyway.
I glance at the couch, then nod, and another yawn makes itself known. It does look awfully inviting.
Yeah, alright. That might be nice. But be sure to wake me if you need to tell someone that we're in. I could also bang on an unplugged keyboard and shout double hacking. You know, for moral support.
You've all seen that, right? You've all seen the CSI double hacking clip, right? I hope you have. It's a legend.
Go get some sleep, dork. You're way less funny when you're drowsy.
No, you're just getting used to it.
Who said anything about being funny? That's a Unix system, by the way. Thought you should know.
Victoria rolls her eyes again and tries to scoff, but it comes out as more of a snort. I can tell she's trying not to grin. I don't bother with such pretenses, smiling to myself all the way over to the sofa. Some rest really will be nice. I don't know how Victoria has the energy. Her night was just as long as mine was, and her morning was even more intense. She actually fought Scorpion while I just fled from her. Then again, if her place is a litter situation is anything to go by, she does this all the time. Sweatshirt and a lone sock occupy my spot on the couch when I arrive, and I set them aside before flopping onto the cushions. A few moments later, I've kicked off my boots and removed my mask, so I pause before setting the ladder aside, holding it up to the light. In a few days, I won't put this on again, will I? I exhale deeply. Not how I imagined my Saturday was going to go, but do I regret it? I spare a glance in Victoria's direction. She's staring intently at one of her monitors, twirling her hair as she thinks. Nah, can't say that I do. Oh, damn, that looks fantastic. Holy crap, that looks great. I love the look of this place at night. Ahem. Pardon. My eyes opened to the sight of stars peering down through the apartment skylight. At first I rubbed my eyes, wondering if my vision is just spotty, but even after that they remained. Damn, I really was wiped. How long was I out? With a groan, I ease myself upright and glance around. Though rationally I remember where I am, I still feel out of place waking up here, like it's part of a dream.
There he is. Now, are you waking up, or is this zombie Stan rising from the grave? Seriously, you sleep like a corpse, dude, not a twitch.
Yeah, I'm providing the twitch, thank you.
Just been a long 24 hours. You know that. Not to mention, someone made it worse by
Focus
waking
on my
me at the
flashlight.
ass crack of dawn.
No, we're not doing this.
Relax.
I am not relaxing.
Watch the changing focus of my flashlight.
I'm not watching the
Not
flashlight.
here. This isn't happening. We're entering a dream.
And I am not entering a
Of
dream.
your subconscious. You're asleep.
I'm very much awake. Thanks, Maya.
Well, how could I know that you're such an incoherent grump when you wake up? Besides, if I hadn't done that, you wouldn't even have that nice couch to nap on. So quit grumbling.
Are there any good hypno rolls? Speaking in using words and letters to form phrases? I don't know.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
I shift into a shitting. Ignore that. I shift into a sitting position, and I glance over at Victoria. She's sitting cross-legged on the floor nearby, an array of parts and tools scattered around her. She seems to be building or repairing something. Before I can see what it is, she casually moves it behind her back. I think about asking, but find myself following a different train of thought.
I think you're the weird one with all this energy after the day we've had. Where's it coming from? Don't tell me you gave yourself an atomic heart or something.
That roll sounded louder than the game volume. Yeah, I have the Firebot. Didn't sound like it was ducking behind the voice. Oh, you know what? I don't think the Firebot stuff does that, actually. The Firebot stuff will always overwrite my voice. I have no idea if that's good or bad. Probably I ought to tweak that. I don't know.
No way. Miss me with that cyborg stuff. That'd be hard enough even with a well-funded team, much less operating on myself like some kind of back alley cyberpunk surgeon.
No, it's not the same layer as the Dragon Alert. That's a different... I just have a whole bunch of shit set up here, okay? I don't know how any of it works anymore. At some point in the past, I set up OBS, and now I don't know how to set up OBS anymore. So, if I can never do it again. If there's ever a hard drive failure, I have to, like, duct tape the microphone to the wall. That won't help, but that's what I have to do.
Also, technically, a cybernetic heart wouldn't have anything to do with sleep, so...
Yes, well, technically, actually, indubitably, you're too intellectually superior for sleep.
Yeah, also, Stan, you were asleep on, like, the one place she sleeps, so...
Oh, shut up. I'm just used to it. A good 4-ish hours of rest and a jug of caffeine is all I need to keep my engines purring.
That's gotta catch up to you sooner or later, though, right?
Maybe, but I've got all my chips on later. As for now...
Yeah, you know, that's the future's problem. Victoria pops up from the floor, still concealing the item she was working on. Briefly, she tries to sweep the remaining parts and tools under the coffee table with her feet. Doesn't really work, but I pretend not to notice.
I hope you're feeling rested, because I've got something cool to show you. Come on.
Victoria starts walking backward, a spring in her steps, and her hands hidden behind her back. She looks like she's fighting the urge to skip.
You're making me nervous with all this enthusiasm. Is this some kind of prank?
Oh, come on! Would I ever deceive you? Actually, don't answer that.
Sure thing, Kate.
Just get your butt over here. You'll like it. I promise.
Okay. She beckons me over with one hand, while the other continues to keep her surprise out of sight. With a sigh of resignation, I start to follow her across the room.
When we take down Madam Scorpion, Dynamo and I will do most of the heavy lifting. But there's still a good chance that you'll have to enter a combat situation. Or, at the very least, need to defend yourself. Honestly, after seeing you in action, I can say you're a cut above your average mook. But this is going to be a lot tougher than you're used to. They'll have the numbers, and then there's Scorpion.
It's true. I'm gonna be a liability. I'm gonna be like... Stan is gonna be the one that Scorpion puts in danger to get her to surrender. We come to a stop in the apartment's home gym. It's padded floor beneath our feet.
Is this leading to a sweet martial arts training montage? Because if so, I have a few suggestions for the soundtrack. What are your thoughts on synthwave post-punk?
I do know synthwave. I'm not sure I know post-punk, except for, like, MC fucking Lars. And I don't think he's suggesting we listen to Hot Topic. It's not punk rock.
What, in a day? Oh, hell no. Your footwork alone would take months to correct. You do this weird tippy-tap thing like an excited dog, and, well, it's a mess down there. Sorry, that sounded too harsh. What I mean is that we don't have the time to upgrade your software. So instead, we're going to upgrade your hardware. Close your eyes.
You know you enjoy teasing me.
You really get a kick out of teasing me, don't you?
I thought that was obvious. It's too easy with you.
And now you're shaming me for being easy? That's not very forward-thinking for a superhero.
Sorry, you con gray.
Hey man, live your life. But before that, close your eyes, you doofus.
Fine, fine.
Close my eyes and let out a deep breath. I hear Victoria slowly step forward. She's close, maybe a step away when she finally stops. For a second, I hear and feel nothing but my own heartbeat. Then I feel her fingers graze the back of my left hand, hesitating for just a minute before grabbing it and guiding it upward.
Hold your hand out, just like this, alright?
Alright.
Her hand moves to my wrist, and I hear the whir of machinery as something cold and heavy slips over my hand. Even through my glove, I can tell it's metallic. Victoria guides my arm through the mysterious object. By the time it stops, Victoria's hand is on my elbow, and the metal object has enclosed my forearm. Don't fist robot girls! It doesn't end well. This machine cannot tell the difference between flesh and metal.
You might feel a pinch.
Suddenly, the metal object clamps down tighter, but thanks to Victoria's assurance, I resist the urge to flinch much.
There. Okay, you can open your eyes.
I open my eyes to find Victoria smiling up at me, with one hand still steadying my left arm. It's now adorned in a futuristic half-gauntlet, painted white, blue, and gold, shining Nova's colors, her colors. We've been marked! We've been claimed!
Well, how does it feel?
Snug, but not too tight. Honestly, it's, well...
Perfect, right?
I rotate my arm to inspect the other side, but the gauntlet doesn't shift or rattle. It's like a tailored suit.
Yeah, perfect. How'd you do it?
I got your measurements while you were asleep, obviously.
Right, obviously.
I turn my attention away from the gauntlet and look her in the eye.
Thank you, Victoria. I mean it.
You're welcome, Stan.
The silence hangs. Victoria opens her mouth to speak, but only a sharp breath comes out. 3 heartbeats pass before she finally tears her gaze away from mine, abruptly fussing over the gauntlet.
Anyway, this isn't just a piece of jewelry. Not only does it bring out your eyes, but it's got a lot of practical functionality.
Oh, we're flirting over the technology! That's cute.
Here, let me show you.
I'm still not in this for romance, but, like... there's honestly nothing more romantic than a high-powered arm laser. That's truly appealing. Now you can't triple cross her because she can make you self-destruct. That's true. Having a bomb wired to you is also kind of sexy. She grasps the gauntlet in one hand and my bicep in the other, raising my arm so it's aimed outward. The adjustment brings us closer, like we're practicing a dance instead.
First, always aim with your entire arm, not just your wrist or forearm, and try to bring it to eye level when you can. Like this.
Yeah, you gotta do the dramatic arm point.
Now, when you're ready, quickly touch your thumb to your middle finger, then your ring finger.
Got it. Middle, ring...
As soon as I complete the motion, a small cannon emerges from the gauntlet, and I feel the device slide into my palm. I twitch a little in surprise, but Victoria steadies my hand.
Holy shit. Is this like one of yours?
It's closer to the one I had this morning than one on my suit, but it still packs a punch, so be careful. That mechanism in your palm is the trigger. When you don't need it, you can retract it with the same finger pattern.
Same pattern. That's middle finger, then
Yeah,
ring.
middle ring. Okay. I have a feeling we're gonna have to remember that under pressure. Repeat the motion and the cannon
There you go,
retracts.
just like that. You're a natural.
She looks back at me, our eyes meet, the silence hangs once more. This time I lose count of the heartbeats that pass before either of us can break it.
There's more to show you.
Right, yeah, of course.
We break eye contact and each take a step back.
So, this might be a weird thing to ask, but do you remember what we talked about during that tour of Lord Bedlam's lair?
We talked about a lot of stuff, didn't we? Did you mean something specific?
As we talk, I notice Victoria has deliberately backed up several steps, so I'm not sure why.
Yeah, actually, it was near the start of the tour. You told me where you went to college, and then...
Yeah, we talked about how you got into engineering, right? Building stuff in the garage with your dad and all that? You've, moved pretty far beyond that, haven't you?
Yes and no. You could say I just moved the garage into my living room is all.
As would we all if we had a living room like this.
But do you remember my other bit of inspiration? You know, that old show we both used to watch?
Oh, right. I totally forgot that you were down with the OG herself. Bethany Britannica. Girl genius.
Soon as the words leave my mouth, the gauntlet hums with energy and then a flash of light. A glowing blue shield bursts to life around it.
Holy shit!
I flail my arm out of instinct as if to shake the shield right off it, but it's futile. It's attached to the gauntlet, much like Madame Scorpion's energy sword is attached to its hilt. It might be made of the same stuff. I move my arm up and down, examining the shield as it moves. It's semi-transparent and weightless, like a hologram. Cautiously, I reach out and give it a tap. It feels solid. Whole game voice acted, everything except the narration. And it's pretty professional level, too. This doesn't sound or feel like an amateur piece.
It'll take a lot more than that to get through. Trust me. You couldn't crack this thing with a 50 cal. I mean, it would knock you right on your ass, but it wouldn't get penetration. Should block Scorpion's sword, too.
Everyone knows that blue blocks red when it comes to laser energy.
Just say those magic words and presto, instant protection. And if you say them again...
You coded the magic shield to the name of a cartoon? I respect that. What about orange, purple, or green? Okay. In order to talk about orange, purple, and green, we have to talk about Homestuck. Now, there's a blood chart somewhere here on the internet. Let me just pull... No, I'm not going to do that to you. I'm not going to do that to you.
Bethany Britannica, girl genius.
The shield retracts back into the gauntlet.
I wasn't expecting it, but that definitely makes me feel a lot less, you know, disposable.
The shield retracts back into the gauntlet. Sorry. I lower the gauntlet and turn to Victoria. I can't believe she just whipped this up for me, even if she had some spare equipment lying around to work with. It's impressive. More than that, it's just really nice. I opened my mouth to say thanks, but Victoria stopped me with a gesture.
Don't thank me yet.
Actually, can we thank her and end this chapter? Because we're past my stopping time a bit. I've just noticed.
I have one last thing to show you.
She slowly steps forward and reaches into her pocket. At first, I think it could be another gadget, but when her hand emerged, it appears to be a small slip of paper.
I know you don't really need this, but...
She continues to step forward until she's as close as she was when she was teaching me how to use the gauntlet. Closer, even. Only then does she show me what's on the slip of paper, a name tag with Stan written on it.
I figured it was appropriate.
She grins, peels off the name tag with a flourish, and places it on my chest. Right over my henchman identification number.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I guess that's the end of being number 53. My eyes move up from the name tag and stop on Victoria's. I don't even bother counting heartbeats this time, but I do notice her hand hasn't left my chest.
I can't believe you did all this. And I really can't believe that you made Bethany Britannica, girl genius, the activation code for that shield.
She laughs, a mixture of mirth and mischief, as the shield pops out, forcing the two of us apart. Why didn't it come out this time?
Come on, I had to make something mildly embarrassing about it after all that "let me tell you something" rookie crap. Besides, that was really the first time we met. I mean, sure, we'd seen each other on the job, but that was when I felt like we met each other.
The lack of tranquilizers helped.
Well, sure, but I haven't talked about that stuff with my dad in a long time. Not because it hurts or anything. I mean, I just saw him a couple weeks ago. It's just personal. Something that's mine as much as a secret identity. It helped turn me into who I am. But for some reason, I felt like I could talk about it with you, and you'd understand. Like we...
Yo, believe me, if you watch an obscure cartoon when you were a kid, and you need somebody to talk about it with, I am available. I have probably seen at least a couple episodes. Or read the fanfiction. Have something special? Are we friends or do we have something special? Like, I gotta be real, I'm not in it for the romance. You know, why don't I just ask her what we've got? Or both, the Wuzzles. Oh yeah, the Wuzzles. Thank you, Hippopotamus. Why don't we ask her? What do we have, Victoria?
Like we what?
Like, you and I have something. You know, a spark.
I feel that too.
Okay. Her eyes light up, her smile widens, and she lets out a small, breathy laugh that's as mirthful as is relieved.
I knew you would. Then, in that case, this is the part where you thank me for your gifts.
I'm not sure I'm going in for the kiss. Would she appreciate that joke? That is a very good question. I am very curious.
Solicitation is a crime, ma'am.
Why do you care? Aren't you a villainous henchman?
Oh yeah, that's right, I guess we are.
Guilty, but I'm shocked to hear that from an upstanding hero such as yourself. Why, have I corrupted you, Miss Vasquez?
The glint of mischief in her eyes threatens to turn outright wicked, and her fingers begin to creep their way up my chest. If we're gonna have a sex scene, I'm gonna have to close the window.
Giving yourself a lot of credit there.
She bites her lip and eases ever closer until she's just a hair's breadth away. A broken laugh escapes her as she at last grips my shoulder. Is this not safe for work? No, according to the Steam page, it is not safe for work. I'm not gonna stream outright, like, poof, you know?
What if I was always a little devious?
It's still for sale, yeah. Slowly, she pulls herself up toward me. I feel her breath on my lips and my eyes start to close. But, you know, we can have a good smooch scene. Wait, hold on. Slowly, she starts to pull back, leaving the breath from her words dancing on my lips. But nothing more. Her hand slides down from her shoulder. And with a sheepish smile of apology, she backs away.
I got caught up in the moment and just, I don't know, got put on autopilot or something.
No, it's okay. I wasn't complaining, trust me. I'm glad you did it. Or started to.
I clear my throat and take a deep breath to slow my pounding heartbeat. Shit, did I do something? Did I not do something?
I'm glad, too, that you feel the same way. I mean, and the other stuff. I wouldn't do that sort of thing if I didn't want to, but...
She shakes her head and exhales.
Give me a second.
She closes her eyes and takes another breath, and when her eyes open, there's a look there I recognize. That patented shining Nova resolve.
But for someone like me, my life isn't just about what I want. It hasn't been for years, and it may never be again.
Ah, yes, you are married to your job.
I can't just jump in. And that's not me making it an excuse. It's just... well, it's just how my life is. It's how I am. I need to pause and evaluate.
Honestly, I'm a lot more comfortable with that. I'd rather she be taking this on her own terms than, like, protagonist-centered sexuality or whatever.
Right. That does sound like you when you say it like that. Not that you'd ever know from your carefree, impulsive lifestyle. Seriously, though, it's cool. I can pause for as long as you need. I'll even have a recap ready for when you get back.
It won't be that long, I promise. This isn't me stopping anything. Like I said, it's a start. I want this.
She grins mischievously and folds her hands behind her back, reluctantly sliding further away.
But for tonight, why don't you try getting the hang of that gauntlet while I go prep for tomorrow, okay?
It's true, tomorrow we're storming a supervillain base. We probably should not do the yoinky sploinky, as Flair remarkably put it.
Okay.
I wave the gauntlet around a little and
I
shrug.
guess some practice would be good. I'd rather not blast my face off with this thing.
I'd rather you didn't either. That would definitely affect our evaluation.
By now, Victoria's backed up all the way to the door to her bedroom. She reaches for the handle.
Victoria, I wanted to.
She smirks.
Good night, Stan.
With that, she steps into her room and closes the door. I take a deep breath and rub my temple. Damn, she's something. I shake my head to get rid of the butterflies. Ball's in her court now. I just need to give her some space. Maybe figure out how to use this gift of hers while I'm at it. Come on, Stan. Pull it together. You'll have all night to dream. Right now, you should get to work. And work I did, practicing my aim and wielding the gauntlet shield until late into the night. Stanley Lee? Possibly. I like to think... What would I have the last character's name be? I would have his last name be Dup. His name is Stand Up. Under normal circumstances, I probably wouldn't stay up so late, but the conversation I had with Victoria keeps playing over and over in my head. Even after such a long day, her words and her smile power me forward with an energy I didn't know I had. I've got to get this right. For her. You heard Thrash Machine. Stan Thrash Machine? I don't bother checking the time when I finally collapse back on the couch, and before I can set an alarm, I'm fast asleep. Morning comes. Have we changed chapters yet? No, we are still issue 7. Holy bonanza, what the fuck? Morning comes and the rosy fingers of dawn reach out and slap me across the face. So despite my late night, I'm up early. Yet again, in hindsight, I really should have asked Victoria if her windows had any blinds. I can see dozens of little strings hanging down. Luckily, my nap seems to have made up the difference, and by the time I've devoured another bowl of hero O's and taken a shower, I find myself fully energized, not to mention a little less pungent. I pull the shirt Victoria left me over my head as I exit the bathroom. A lot more comfortable than my uniform, but I'm not sure why it says Post Boy on it. Must be a brand.
Hey, nice shirt.
I jump in surprise, nearly tripping over myself as I turn to face Miss Dynamo, who is leaning against a nearby wall. Out of instinct, I take a cautious step backward.
Easy there, Sunshine. No need to be so jumpy.
Isn't there? Because yesterday, well...
What about yesterday?
Yeah, what about it?
Yeah, what about it? I can't seem to remember a thing. Go figure.
Now you're getting it.
Alright, fresh start.
So that's really it then? You're over it? I'm not gonna turn my back and get stuffed into a mailbox when I least expect it?
Only for fun, not spite. I save my real blacklist for people who do the wrong thing on purpose, like a certain arachnid. As long as you do the best you can and stay true to you, your ass will be postage free. Just don't go thinking it's because you're special or anything. I forgave Captain Commander, and he tried to impale me with a flagpole when he was being mind-controlled. Nova just really trusts you, that's all. I've run through brick walls for that little nerd, even when she didn't want me to. So if you let her down, it won't be a mailbox or dumpster you end up in. It'll be a volcano.
I can't help but feel these two are definitely in like a Xena-Gabrielle relationship, right? It's not just me.
Oh, good. That's reassuring.
That's just what a budding relationship needs, I think. The looming threat of someone with godlike powers sending me straight to the Earth's core if it doesn't go well. Better keep things discreet for now. I am Jockster. What relationship? Oh, Xena Warrior Princess was a TV show that was about a warlord lady traveling the world. And she had a sidekick named Gabrielle, who fought with a staff. She was a cute little perky blonde. Xena was Lucy Lawless. So the lesbian fanfic writes itself, and it eventually went from being like subtext to just being text. So, like, Sappho wrote them a personal poem, okay? You don't get more textual. Anyway.
So maybe you can settle this. Is his name...
Oh, see, Captain Commander was what he called himself before being mind-controlled. Now he's Captain Commodore. That's where all the confusion comes from.
Yeah, they got burned at the stake together. They did that whole I will find you in every lifetime thing. Like, Jesus Christ. You don't get more lesbian than Xena and Gabrielle, I don't think. I mean, maybe you do, nowadays. We're talking like 90s TV here. I don't know what they're doing on TV nowadays. I don't think I've seen a TV in a while that's actual. I have a TV right here, never mind. I'm looking at a TV to read chat.
Or, wait, was it the other way around?
Oh, hey, you're here early.
Victoria steps out of her room with a laptop and an overstuffed binder, which she places on a nearby table.
Hey, I'm always punctual, ain't I?
Only if we're going by Dynamo's standard time. Seriously, did you just come here to intimidate Stan again?
No, we just had a nice chat. In fact, we're getting along famously, ain't we, Sunshine?
Before I can respond, I hear a whoosh and feel a finger poke the side of my head. Even a teasing tap like that sends me stumbling, and by the time I've recovered, Dynamo is propped up against a pillar, grinning impishly.
Yeah, like a secret lair on fire.
Good! I knew you two could learn to coexist.
Yeah, Joxer was, Ted Raimi, I believe. Sam Raimi's brother. You might know him from... absolutely fucking nothing, because he mostly just makes cameos in his brother's work.
And how about our other friend? Did he behave himself?
Yep, just followed me around in his usual creepy silence.
Dynamo jerks a thumb over in the direction of Victoria's workbench, where the shining Nova suit that left with her yesterday stands like a statue.
Don't tell me you're gonna get on me about giving it a voice too.
I gotta admit, might be useful.
And awesome. Just imagine, you're out in the field, and suddenly... Listen, you're looking right schmick out there, but me power's at 50 bloomin' %, so be a mite and give me a charge, yeah?
Thanks, Stan. Thanks for that. We needed a worse Australian accent on the stream than I can provide. And my Australian accent turned into a dying Victorian orphan that one time I tried.
Or how about a Russian one? No, Scottish.
You know, I think you two might be worse when you're working together.
That's the idea.
And my suit won't be getting a voice no matter what the accent is. At least not until we've taken care of the matter at hand.
Also, aside, my favorite Xena character of all time was Callisto. I remember maining her in the fighting game. And, that was great.
I think I finally got a winning plan that's going to take down Scorpion, but it's going to take a lot of work from all of us. So focus up. Though first, I need some coffee. Stan, would you mind helping me with that?
Sure.
Cool. Okay, chapter end! End! Victoria heads to the kitchenette and I follow. Dynamo raises a suspicious eyebrow, but doesn't object. As Victoria fills up her coffee maker with water, I grab a pair of mugs.
So, about last night, I'm still, evaluating, but I don't regret it. I just want you to know that.
Good, because I don't either.
Oh, I can tell. You've got a little pep in your step.
Magazines talked about the PlayStation beat-em-up platformer like it was the worst licensed game ever. No. Okay, here's the thing about the Xena Warrior Princess platformer on the PlayStation. There is this obscure combination of buttons that's in the manual. I don't remember what it is. I think it's something like hold R1 and R2 at the same time and push square or some shit. But whatever it is, instead of like throwing your chakram at people or punching them around, Xena just delivers a quick, sharp kick to the nuts, and they fall the fuck over and they just lay there for the rest of the fight. A friend of mine had that game because his sister liked it. And I picked it up, and within, like, seconds, I was running around kicking people in the nuts all over ancient Greece. And he was like, "What in the hell are you doing? Why? Why?" And that was how I learned that that makes some people really uncomfortable. But also, it's fucking hilarious. So, I don't have a moral. But yeah. Look forward to me playing Xena Warrior Princess here on the channel for the PlayStation. Good times.
Does PEP net me any points in the evaluation? Because if so, I've got more where that came from.
I can neither confirm nor deny the inner workings of the process, but we'll see.
And making the stream even longer by Dorelli. It's okay, all I have to do is eat. And then I will die. I mean, I will, play video games. Or something. I don't know what I'll do.
Just... let's try to keep this to ourselves for now, okay? I promise we'll talk more later. But for now, there's still a lot to do, and...
Eat then, yes. And die! She casts a knowing glance in Dynamo's direction, and I nod in understanding.
Yeah, I get it. Take your time. I'm not going anywhere.
Soon enough, the coffee is ready and return from the kitchenette to find Dynamo picking up one of Victoria's workbenches and setting it gently down in the middle of the apartment. You can't do it the other way unless you're a Zamboni. Once I was the king of Spain. Now the Leafs call me up to drive the Zamboni. Apparently this is standard procedure because Victoria doesn't even acknowledge it. She just sets about getting her laptop hooked up to something and spreading the sheets of paper from her binder across the table. So with a shrug, I grab a stool and sit down across from Dynamo, though I use both hands. Not long after, Victoria has activated a holographic display of some kind, though it's looking a little cluttered.
I swear, you've always got 1,000 tabs open.
Because I always have a lot to do, okay? There's a system.
There's always a system.
Victoria clears her throat and hastily clears the display, leaving only images of Lord Bedlam, Madam Scorpion, and Lord Bedlam's lair.
Anyway, let's recap the situation.
Alright, I am stopping here. Let's recap the situation, is the perfect thing to come back to on Tuesday. Save to my main slot. This will be the perfect thing to come back to on Tuesday. You bought it? Oh, well, congratulations, thank you. Not that I'm, like, sponsored. God, I sell so many video games, and I never get paid for it. Damn. Anyway, let's recap the situation is gonna be the thing we come back to. On Tuesday, we will resume this. However, this Saturday and Sunday, we're playing Back to the Future, the game.
Focus on my flashlight.
Shut the fuck up, Maya.
You're not here.
Anyway,
This
you
isn't
guys aren't
happening.
here.
We're entering a dream.
And this isn't happening.
A dream of your subconscious. I can see everything that you see.
You can't see anything that I see. Because I'm leaving. Is there anybody I want to raid on? Well, Jade is playing ActRaiser, but we did that last time. And it doesn't look like there's anybody else I care to dump you folks on, so I am going to release you into the ether. May you eat well and your ass be fat. And, remember to fuck Visa and MasterCard. Fuck those guys. They're assholes. I'm gonna go have some stuffed chicken thingies and eat and die. I don't... Why is that my catchphrase? I hate that. Okay, goodbye.